All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for Yaki. I'm pushing this truth and sincerity over the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. All right, and Lord's will, we'll get into those the afflictions, that Jake is catching. All right, for this here truth. All right, not obviously we know that the men of the Lord, we've constantly been going through these things over and over and over and again. But right now you're kind of seeing this being publicly displayed, all right, which is going to bring us into a time that we've been telling you about, man. All right, that great temptation is coming upon the whole earth, all right, because just getting into the MOTB, when you get into this here system, man, you have to understand that they're going to have certain guidelines and criteria with these things, man. And the Lord has given us a couple different events recently, all right, to how do I put it, to edify off of, man. All right, we're going to go back to the basics. All right, you got a lot of Jake that's starting to wake up right now, like scripture say, stirring up their pure minds, bringing them back into this here thing, and they're asking a lot of questions. All right, looking for edification on these things and those things. And hey, a lot of them are the ones that are just waking up. It seems like, hey man, they learning a lot of the basics at a quick pace. But nevertheless, hey, now more than ever is a great time to go back to the basics, man. All right, whereas you have, some people that's constantly, obviously you got to get on Jake, you know what I'm saying, that, those that know that they're in the truth and everything else like that. But how much more of new Jake coming in? All right, it's funny that throughout this whole scenario, seeing some Jakes, they started waking up to certain things, and they came across on their own, started to come across some videos on their own and everything else like that. They came across IUIC, you know what I'm saying? It was like, hey, this is, you're not quite on that level to understand where they go off it. But hey, for you to find out who you are, they're a pretty good group to find out who you are, as a babe, But then shit, by the end of the damn day, they over here watching GMS videos, man. So hey, you see how it goes, man. But hey, like scripture say, you gotta feed them with milk and not meat. They're babies at this point in time, man. So hey, it call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah that our people are waking up, man. All right, so hey, that's the most important thing, feeding the sheep, man. The Lord said, if you love me, feed my sheep. All right, and so hey, instead of always coming down on Jake, Jake, a lot of times, they brand new babies, they don't quite understand things. You have a child, the child, it's just a little child or whatever, they come up talking, and you may be talking, you and another person may be talking to one another, and a child walk up to you and be like, mommy, daddy, and be like, hold on, wait a minute, son, I'm in the conversation. So you say, excuse me. You don't just go off and start beating that child because they so-called interrupting you. You got to teach him, man. All right, so hey, we got to go back to the basics with a lot of these things, man. Asking about Jake, who is Jake in the scriptures and things like that, and how you're an Israelite, pertaining to your fathers and everything else like that. You are who your fathers are. All right, go and breaking down these strongholds, breaking down some of these things that they've been indoctrinated with, man. All right, they're starting to learn this here new song, man. They're just now waking up after listening to the same old song for so many years. Now all of a sudden, they gotta break those old habits, man. All right, and hey, this is what we out here for, man, to teach our people about these things, man. All right, but hey, just like I was going into, we have like I said, a good example right about now, man. All right, and this is something that I was thinking about, and using this as a teaching moment. It's like, look, you see how, with Ye and now Kyrie Irving, after the situation with him, hey, he posted a link to that video that he watched on his social media site. All right, they questioned him about it and everything else like that. He brought out good points. He's like, look, man, y'all mad at me about this. I didn't make the movie. I'm not hosting the movie on my platform and making money up off of it. I just happened to watch it and share the link, and they basically made him bow down and kiss the ring, which to Jake should be it should be a sign, man. The Most High is clearly telling you, what things are, man. And a lot of you people have already heard our message and things like that, man. All right, hey, think about this. It's not about just so-called Christianity and things like that, because, hey, man, when they was telling you that Jesus loved everybody in John 3:16, they not canceling you out for these things, man. All right, and again, he didn't say anything. All he did was posted a link. As far as I know, I don't have a social media to follow after it, but I'm pretty sure it was just that he posted the link to the movie, right? But going into these things, man, they wound up making him or suspending him. All right, first of all, they made him pay a fine. Then they suspended him. All right, now he wound up losing his deal with Nike and everything else like that, man. All right, so You have to bring this into your perspective, man. You get into these scenarios when things come out like this, man. Let me go ahead and read that real quick. Because these are the things that's coming upon the earth right about now, man. These are the things that you have to so-called mentally prepare yourself for. All right, you know, how would you react if you was in that position, man? You have to think about it that way, man. How would you react being in this position where, you know, a lot of these celebrities, they want the fame and the spotlight, you know, be so-called loved by the people and things like that. How would you be if you was so-called like a Kanye West, man, and you was married to somebody that, you know, you was so-called deeply in love with, Kim Kardashian, that's your family? Are you willing to lose your family, man? Are you willing to, you know, are you willing to, matter of fact, let me see if I can find that precept as well before I get there. Well, here's one precept. We'll come back to this one. This is a good one as well, too. All right. Let me see if I can find this. There's another precept I want to grab as well. I can also get that in Matthew 10. But I might just grab Matthew 10. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Alright, we'll just grab this Matthew 10 instead. And we can grab all of this actually. So we'll get into that real quick. But nevertheless, hey man, you know, what if you were in this predicament? In fact, we'll read this Revelation first, and then we'll go back to that because that's quite a bit to read over there. All right, what would you do if you was in this here scenario, man? All right, this is Revelation chapter 13 and 16. All right, it says, and he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Now, again, this is just going into the simplicity of this. All right, you know, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell, you know, interact with any of the things that's going on unless you have this here, this chip. All right, but going into further those things, man, think about this, man. You know, like let's say for instance, you're not gonna be able to buy or sell, say you have this here digital credit card, right? You know, your credit card or whatever else. But you see what's going on now with places like PayPal, right? They're saying, hey, look, we can charge you up to $2,500 per offense if you say something that we don't really like. All right, we can cancel your account. We can stop you from making money. I believe it was Andrew Tate and Alex Jones. All right, that they wind up stopping, you know, anything connected to them. They weren't able to collect payments from these different major platforms. Now, just think about that, man. If you're not into with that agenda, all right, whether you have the chip or you don't have the chip, I mean, obviously, if you don't have the chip, you're not going to be able to buy or sell, as the scriptures say. But let's just say, hypothetically, you do get this here chip, man. All right, you got to be in line with them. All right, and the point is, you know, obviously, we're not supposed to get the chip, but showing you forth of these things, man. All right, you know, you may have the mindset, oh, I'm going to be up into this here ideology, or, you know, I'm gonna go into this here system to keep going on. But then, hey, you're not aligned with this here chip, or aligned with their agenda anyway, man. All right, they're going to wind up canceling you out. All right, so think about how would you react if you was a Kanye West and you went with all the fame and everything else like that. Now they're about to strip you of all these different things, man. All right, you can't work in the business no more. All right, you can't. Matter of fact, let me read this first and then we'll make that point. Revelation. We can read 2 and 3, but this is Revelation. Let me read. Let me read 3 first. This is Revelation 3 and 10. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which will come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right. Verse 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that you may be tried, and you shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So, hey, there's going to be this great temptation that's coming upon the earth. All right, and ultimately, when you go into that temptation, it's to see basically if you really truly believe in the Lord, man. Are you going to follow after Him, or are you going to follow after this here society, man? All right, the scriptures say, hey, they go down to Egypt and ask counsel, but not of me. All right, they cover what they're covering, but not of my spirit. So you already have a lot of our people that's doing these things, right? But again, put yourselves into those positions of Kanye West, right? All those things that he has is the things that he so-called loves about himself. Oh, I'm a billionaire. All right, well, if you know, if money is your thing and everything else like that, did they take all your money and your status away from you? All right, you know, because that's like one of the hardest things to let go. All right, you know, they say the scriptures say money is the root of all evil. All right, but then you think about this, man. What happens if you have all that money and have to go back into a certain type of lifestyle, man? How many of you jakes can sit there and, you know, let's just keep it on a low level, you know, like most of you jakes. How many of you jakes can go from working at a job, you know, making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, let's just say $100,000 a year, man, to have to go back working at McDonald's, all right, and that's the only job you're able to get, all right? How many of you jakes can go from having your own nice-ass house, big front yard, big backyard, nice pool in the back, you know what I'm saying, a couple nice cars, you know, you got some Lexus, Benzes, Beamers, and things like that, right? To now you got to go back and living with your mama at your mama house, man. You got to go back into the, you know, your old bedroom back at your mom's house, man. All right, and you ain't got no car no more, man. You got to ask your mom to drop you off, man. Hey, mom, can you drop me off at my job down at McDonald's real quick? You know what I'm saying? And then everybody, you all on social media, everybody know you on social media is Maserati Rick or something like that. You know, you always pulling up in the Maseratis and the Lambos and everything else like that. Now you pulling up to McDonald's in the passenger seat of your mama car, man. How would you really, you know, that will really break Jake down, man. How many of you can actually go through things like this, man? And again, that's just on a low level, man. All right, how many of you can stomach those types of things, man? How many of you can stomach being with like the nicest looking chick, you know, like let's just say for instance, give you an example of well, we can use the Kanye and the Kim K thing, or Jay-Z and the Beyonce, to now you dealing with the you know, the little local lot lizard or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now that's your baby mama now. They seeing you with a homegirl nowadays, man. A lot of you gonna be embarrassed, man. Oh, you used to be flexing this girl on the Instagram and everything else like that. Now you being seen with this people taking your picture, man. You trying to hide all out and everything else like that. Hey, you gotta be willing to lose all these things. In fact, let's go ahead and read that real quick in Matthew chapter 19. All right, and 27. All right, it's just yeah, well, I guess we'll start at 27. It says, then Peter answered and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right, so hey, you know, you have to forsake all these things, man. This is why, you know, you have to detach yourself from this here world and these worldly things. You got to be prepared to lose all these things, man. Looking at these guys, man, you know, Kyrie Irving and everything else like that, man. You know, when it came to the little tequila shot, man, he stood firm on those things. Hey, fuck it, I'll lose some games out. You know, I'll lose a couple dollars in my paycheck. I'm actually, you know, that's the mindset you gotta, how do I say, you gotta have in your mind. You got your daily bread, man. He had already had enough money to where, hey, if they kick me out the NBA and things like this, technically I could just go move and go buy me a house, pay for it cash. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to have the biggest house in the richest neighborhood and everything else like that. You know, I could go buy me a Honda Accord, go get me a little $100,000, $200,000 house. You know what I'm saying? My kids will be straight. You know, maybe go get me a little job at the Home Depot, or maybe start my own little business. You know, I done made, you know, I was reading about the Nike deal. I believe he made $11 million a year since, I believe, 2008, 2014, some shit like that, right? But nevertheless, hey man, I kind of got enough money. I don't really need all this hundreds of millions of dollars and everything else like that, man. All right, so I'm good. But hey, look, think about, you know, and again, that's the mindset you should have. Hey, let me just get my daily bread. I'm cool right now. You know, I don't have to keep trying to make all this here money. But look, you didn't lost your endorsements and things like that. How many of you are able to do all these things, man? All right, on a not to say even on a grand scale, but look, you know, coming to this here truth, going out and preaching and prophesying and things like that, man. Hey, you know, especially if you got a big media presence on social media and stuff like that, everybody know you about all these things. You well connected in the streets. You know, everybody, you know, you grew up in this little small, not to say a small town, but you grew up in this town, in this area, went to school. Everybody know you, man. Now you out there on the highways and the byways preaching. Now you got to go try to get jobs. You keep losing jobs. You're losing women. You're losing friends. you losing, you know, all these different things, and the side of losing houses, or losing your job, now you got to lose your house. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got to go get you a little smaller crib and everything else like that. Hey, how many of you can stomach that there pride, man? All right, this is something that you have to take in effect. And, you know, again, you know, the men of the Lord have already went through this little gauntlet. It's a practice run, man. All right, because, hey, you know, when you come into this here truth, that's exactly what happens unto you, man. Everything that you have in this here world pretty much is it falls away from you, man. All right, you know, your relationship with the world, which is all a good thing. All right, because ultimately you want to break those ties. You don't want to be, you know, dependent on these things. You know, we seen how it came into as a blessing unto us when the pandemic hit, man. All right, everybody had to stay at home. A lot of people lost their jobs and things. Lord willing, you know, all the brothers still kept their jobs, but for the most part, all the ones that I was in contact with, you know, everybody kept their job. Nobody really lost their jobs or anything else like that. But, you know, you wind up losing a lot of these. You know, everybody had to sit down, so it's like, hey, well, you wind up losing things. You know, can't go out, can't go do this, can't go do that. Like, well, shit, we had already cut ourselves off from the world anyway, man. So we're not in that same boat where we over here fiending for going out and partying, going out to the clubs, going out to here, going out to there. We was all right with all that, man. All right, but then also, you know, like I said, coming into the truth, you learn about those things, man. But how much more now, you know, as we coming into this here time, man, you start speaking about these different things, man. You know, you have more of a digital footprint now than ever, man. You know, again, you know, they got way more little apps and things like that now where people can so-called social media, and they have these profiles that they build on you, man. All right, they have you tied in from this thing to that thing to this thing to that thing. All right, so, you know, in a lot of these jobs, they look up these things for you, man. You know, you go try to apply, they look up your social media and things like that, man. Just like these OnlyFans workers, man. A lot of them, they losing their jobs for the things that they into, man. All right, and they would never think, oh, how y'all gonna be looking at my personal life and everything? Hey, man, it's the same thing is going on to the men of the Lord, man. All right, you know, your relatives find out about you and everything else like that. Then they start sharing it through the family. Look at what so-and-so out there doing, man. Look at this nigga out here crazy. This is the same stuff they got over there losing Kyrie and Kanye, their situation, man. They bugged out there and everything else like that, man. So, hey, are you ready to lose these things, man? All right, your baby mama may be like, why you always going, you know, where you going on Saturdays, man? Where are you going? Why you always with these people? Who are these people always texting you and everything else like that, man? Why you always just watching these videos like this all the time, man? What's going on? You don't spend time with me like you used to and all these different things, man. So you wind up losing out on all these things, man, but you have to be prepared for these things, man. All right, this is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. And then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right. And Yahushua said unto them, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, all right, you know, when you have, reincarnation, when we come into the kingdom of heaven, all right, because, you know, contrary to popular belief, it's not the same so-called doctrine that they teach in the world. Oh, you're going to get all your glory when you die and you go to heaven. Nah, man. You know, we're going to physically have this here on earth, all right, you know, and that was in their lifetime, you know, coming back into the regeneration, Lord will, we be a part of the first fruits that, you know, we just, in the instant, in the twinkling of an eye, we be changed on this here side, man. All right, but hey, if you have to, if you happen to go to sleep on this here side, man, you know you have a reward when you come back. All right. So it says, verily I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, all right, so listen here, everyone that has forsaken houses, or brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So again, you know, you in this here situation, you know, the great temptation is coming upon the whole earth, that MOTB, all right, when that comes into play, amen, you know, this is your practice run for it right now, all right, you know, we see, you know, how, you know, again, we have these examples right before us right now, man. Hey, you know, with that, the tequila shot and Kyrie Irving, hey, you know, that was a good sign, hey, man. Look, I ain't finna, jeopardize X, Y, and Z for this. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I'll lead the game. I don't need all this here, so on and so forth. You know, now, on the same scenario, you know, losing all these endorsements, losing all these deals and everything else like that, man. All right, now, that could just be monetary. He could, like I said, you know, I don't know the man personally or nothing, but, like, you know, he could be like, you know what? I don't really need that either. You know, but then, hey, it might come down to now, you know, he's out of the league. They kick him out of the league. They erase him from all these different things and everything else like that. And then people now laugh and oh, that was that one guy who was NBA player. He could have been so good. I can't believe he didn't do this. Now they just putting dirt on his name all damn day long, man. You know, it's just like, you know, these people out here in the world. You coming to this is the truth, man. You hear about it, man. I can't believe you, Dave. You've really fell off. You really let yourself go, man. You should have went to college. You should have did this. You should have did that, and blah, blah, blah. I can't believe you're just reading the Bible. What are you doing with your life, man? You know, and hey, really, you know, the men of the Lord's lives are a lot better than the rest of you people's lives, man. Hey, and 2020 really showed you all those things, man. All these things you've been invested in all fell apart, man. All right, you know, everything around you is collapsing. Hey, but look, our faith is being shown to be getting greater and greater because we see our salvation coming around, man. You people are shaking in your boots, man. You freaking out. You like, oh shit, the world finna end. What's going on? And you don't know what the hell to do, man. You're losing relationships with your families anyway. Your sons, your daughters, your children, your wives. You know, all these things is falling apart on you anyway, man. It's nothing but demons festering around you. So like, hey, who really won and who really lost, man? We're at peace right about now, man. The rest of you people are shaking in your boots, like I said, man. And you don't really have a foundation to stand on, man. So, hey, who's really threw away their life, man? All right, you know, we're built up on faith over here, man. All right, you know, and the scriptures say you was going to lose all these things, man. You have to forsake all these things for my name's sake, as the scriptures say, man. All right, but look, the Lord's going to give it back to you 100-fold, man. Hey, and we've seen these things happen, man. You know, you've been in the truth, let's just say, before 2020. You know, your loved ones may have separated, your families may have separated themselves from you. You know, your wife, your old lady, your baby mama or something like that. All right, it took the kids away from you. You know, your friends didn't separate, you know, worthy enough to be your so-called friends that separated from you. Your parents that separated from you, your siblings that separated from you. Hey, but 2020 came, and then guess what? You got that phone call. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you still out there preaching? Oh, that's good. Hey, so you know what's going on in the world right now? And where they talk about that in the Bible? I remember you were saying something like this. Now they start to inquire about things, man. And the Lord can have it to where he wake your family up, man. Especially over this here Kanye and Kyrie situation, man. All right, they could be, hey, man, look, they got this stuff that y'all was talking, this is what y'all was talking about, this and that. And, you know, and then you may just say, hey, look, man, if it was just some BS, they wouldn't be letting people go like that, man. Hey, you know, these people be believing in flat earth and all kind of other crazy shit, and they still get to play. You know, but now all of a sudden they talking about this particular thing, telling you who you are according to the Bible. This is what we be telling you, man, and they're willing to take all your whole livelihood away, man. We've been telling you about these things, so how much more when the mark of the beast come to play, man? So, hey, man, these things can be used for edification's sake, man. All right, but you have to prepare yourself, man. These could be examples used for, you know, how you're going to act and react in these here points and times. I don't know what this guy's doing with this here madness. He's going to be going here shortly, but nevertheless, you know, going into these things about forsaking, you know, houses, families, you know, children and things like that, man. Hey, you have to be prepared to lose all these things, man. Because ultimately, when that MOTB come into play, it's going to be one of those scenarios as well anyway, man. Give this here a second. And again, the Lord gave us a great example of how things, peek into the future when it came to that tequila shot, man. You know, a lot of people say, hey, look, you can't work here unless you have that, or you can't come back to work unless you have that. You know, you can't, you can't travel certain places. You can't come into here, you can't come in there. Even with the little face things, right? You know, you can't come into this here store unless you have one of these things covering your face. You know, you can't do this, you can't do that unless you have these things, man. And we've seen how many people folded to that, man. All right, and you know, even speaking and edifying on that, I'm like, look, man, teaching, you know, somebody about the MOTB and everything else like that. But hey, look, you can see who's still gonna take it, man. They didn't lift the whole face shield type scenario, right? And you still have people that's walking around with these bad boys on now, you know, doing their little exercise out in the park, walking. They all by themselves, nothing around. You know, they closer to a goddamn squirrel or a bird than they are to any human being. But they got their face all covered up, sweating, about to pass the fuck out, riding in their car with the mask on, you know, looking stupid. But these are the people that's marked for death anyway, man. All right, they have no faith, man. They so damn scared and trembling in their boots. You know, there's not even a sign of a threat that's around them, man. All right, but what does the scripture say about the men of the Lord that will stand in great boldness in the face of those that afflicted them and took no account of their, of their labors and things like that, man? And so, you know, the scripture tells us to be courageous and everything else like that, man. Full of courage, man. All right, just like he told Joshua and Caleb. But again, you have people out here that's so scared about all these different things because why? They don't have faith, man. They didn't stack up on faith, but the men of the Lord is like, hey, man, look, we're going to have faith, man. All right, and we've been around these people that's You know, hey, you have to have the mindset. Hey, look, man. You know, the Lord can protect us from, you know, catching these things and everything else like that. And even if we do get it, hey, the Lord can deliver us from those things, man. That's supposed to be the mindset that you have, man. When the Lord was out there healing people of certain ailments and things like that, he wasn't like, oh shit, I might catch this shit that this nigga got if I lay hands on him. Nah, man. The disciples, they wasn't like that, man. They was like, well, fuck it, man. The Lord, you know, hey, the Lord can make you whole, man. You know, pick up that bed and walk, man. You know what I'm saying? All these different things that was going on. So that's the mindset that you have to have, man. The Lord can deliver you no matter what, man. All right, all this other stuff that you have, hey, like we just read, the Lord, this says, verse, well, let me just read verse 29. And everyone that has forsaken houses, brethren, or sister, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold and inherit everlasting life. So, hey, the Lord said you can receive it back 100-fold, man. All right, and you just think, man, we're at the end all be all anyway, man. What are you gonna do? Wind up taking this here chip, all right, to ride out the last little bit of time that we here on this side anyway, man. All right, you got 2 more extra paychecks, man. You sold out for these 2 extra paychecks or whatever it's gonna be, man. Hey, man, we about to get up out of here anyway, man. Why are you trying to get a so-called position in a fallen kingdom, man? This kingdom is falling all over the place, and look, you got our people that's over here falling for these things, man. How you know? Let's just say, for instance, in Kyrie Irving's situation, right? I'm just using him as an example. They kick him out of the NBA and everything else like that, man. Hey, man, how you know that next year the NBA is canceled anyway because we in the midst of World War III and ain't nobody worried about no goddamn NBA at the time of World War III. So, hey, man, look, you didn't, you know, stood your ground, did what you did and everything else like that, got kicked up out of the NBA. Guess what? The difference between you and the rest of these guys in the NBA, they might know about it and everything else like that, right? But look, you was in the damn, or they was in the NBA, what, 6 months, 4 months, 3 months longer than you were, man. You know what I'm saying? So what big deal does it make, man? That's how you got to think about these things, man. It's like, so what, man? You know, I got what I was going to get anyway, man. And, you know, using Kanye as an example, man. That 100-fold, man. Hey, well, I got cut out of these deals and everything else like that where I had to be a partnership and give y'all half the money anyway. Now I can go make my own deal somewhere else by my damn self and take 100%, man. Receive that back 100-fold. So, you know, just using these as an example, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you have to think like that sometime, man. The Lord, you know, the Lord can provide for you all that you need, man. Not saying that, you know, what these guys got is righteous for having and everything else like that, but using them as an example because people say, well, what about my job? What am I going to do about this? What am I going to do about that? What am I going to do about all these different things, man? How you know that, you know, Kyrie don't, let's say they kick him out of the NBA or he leaves the NBA, man, and the rest of the Jakes that's in the NBA decide to go on a boycott, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't playing no more till y'all get my man Kyrie back up in there, man. And then y'all treat him fairly, let him be able to do whatever he's going to do. Now, the NBA ain't gonna go nowhere, man. Again, hey, you might have only been out of a job for 2 weeks or something else like that, a couple days or whatever. You know, we're going to boycott Nike. Y'all want to kick him out of Nike? We're going to boycott Nike. We're going to boycott Adidas. We're going to boycott all these different things. Now, all of a sudden, you know, you right back into your position, but not your position. You in a better position, man. They gave you an even better deal or something like that, man. So these are the things that you have to think about, you know, when, you know, the Lord, you know, you may have had scenarios like this going on in your life, man. You know, sometimes the Lord will take you away from certain situations that you're in to give you an even better one. But the Lord said, hey, those that forsaken all, you're going to get what, 100-fold, man. So, hey, you got to be prepared for all these things, all right? Let's go to this Matthew 10, though. All right, because, hey, you got to be prepared to lose all these things, man. You have to be prepared to have enemies amongst your own people, man. You have to be prepared to be made a laughing stock, man. You have to be prepared to, you know how the scriptures say, about the foolishness of preaching, man. You got to be ready to be looking like a fool to these people, looking crazy to these people, man. Think of the sentiment where they talking about Kyrie and Kanye right now. Oh, these niggas is crazy out here. I can't, if I was in that spot, I wouldn't do all this and that. Hey, that's why you're not in that spot, man. All right, you know, because, hey, you know, if you was weak, you would have folded it, you would have bent, and you would have broke a long time ago, man. You know, the Lord will take those, you know, that can endure to the end to those limits, man. All right, a lot of y'all would have folded from the, I ain't even gonna post this shit. Because, hey, man, they're not the only ones that know about these things, man. They're not the only ones that watch. Now, you know, I can't speak for the man. Like I said, I don't really know the man myself, but I'm pretty sure that probably before he posted that on the internet, he might have texted to some of his brethren in the NBA, or maybe somebody from the NBA texted it to him. So they already know about the situation that's going forth, man. All right? It's locked here. They may have already known about the scenario at hand and everything else like that, man. So, you know, how do I put it? You know, this ain't the only so-called person, but hey, the Lord has used these guys as examples and back to back, boom, boom. Because really, we've had these same examples throughout a lot of these celebrities throughout a lot of time, man. You know, you go back and you really find out about the speech that Michael Jackson made about Sony and Tommy Mottola and everything else like that. Hey, he was telling you about those things, man. Prince and the things Prince was saying before they, and all these guys got off, man. All right, you got other ones that said the same thing. You got your boy Professor Griff, all right, from Public Enemy. This was back in, I believe, the early 90s or the late 80s or something like that, man. Going into breaking down, you know, basically went to the Israelite doctrine, man. All right, oh, these are these people, so on and so forth, man. And sat them down. Nick Cannon, see how quick how soon you are to forget that these ain't the first times people been making these same statements, but these are the things that's going on, man. All right, and again, that example that they give, you know what? And you know that's like buck breaking, man. You go and find, like, you know, was that the Willie Lynch letter? They said go find the strongest Negro that you have up out there, man, and we gonna break him down in the sight of the rest of the people, man, to show them, hey, look, if you get out of line, if we did this to the biggest and the baddest of y'all, think about how much we will do to the rest of y'all out here, man. Oh shit, we don't want no smoke no more, man. This is what we gotta do, man. And this is Esau's tactic, man. All right, hey, you see how he got down with that what do you call it? That atomic bomb over there, or those atomic bombs on Japan. All right, put everybody in a submission. Ain't nobody want to come up against it. Oh shit, you know what? We don't want to even test America, man. They got nukes, man. They doing a little bit too much, so we'll just back up off of them, man. So hey, man, this is how Esau rolls, man, to put that fear into people. But hey, look, like the scriptures say, when when the enemy come in like a flood, the Lord is gonna raise up a standard against him, man. And the Lord is here to fight our battles for us, man. All right, all we got to do is continue to have faith in him. All right, stand on truth and sincerity, man. Do the Lord's will, man, and the Lord will take care of the rest. All right, hey, you see us on the highways and the byways over the years, man. All the conflict, all the adversaries and the foes that then came up, man, from the interactions, people calling the police on us, man. You know, it's funny because at the very, as I was setting up, man, you know, some little dudes on some motorcycles rolled up. You know what I'm saying? And they was, I don't know, I doubt if they called the police, but they was over here kind of tripping and looking because, you know, of the things that they were seeing and everything, you know, getting set up and everything, and it was kind of like weird unto them, right? Hey, maybe they've been watching the news, maybe they did a little bit of research, but hey, now it's going to be a way worse time, you know what I'm saying? Because now the whole world's looking, what the hell is the Israelite? What is going on with it? What's so wrong with this and what's so wrong with that? And this is the picture they've been trying to make, man, so that they can come down with that great wrath. All right, let's go ahead and read that real quick before we get to this Matthew. All right, Matthew 11 and 11 first, or not Matthew, Revelation 11 and 11. All right, Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So hey, just think about this, man. Why do you think that you know? In fact, I'll grab another precept to go along with that. All right, let me read Revelation 12 and 12. We'll come back to that. Revelation 12 and 12 says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell them there, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you having great wrath, because he knows he have but a short time. So now as a lot of our people are waking up, all right, you know, you're going to have a lot more of these people that's going to come up against you, man. You know, I had to advise somebody who was just coming into the things that they was, the knowledge of who they were, you know, and you know, call halal, how about Shem Shah, they had enough wisdom to ask, you know, and consult first before they just start doing certain things, because, you know, like the scriptures say, you know, it's sweet inside of your mouth. At first you come into this, it's like, oh, this is all cool, you know. You and Jake be all happy to find out who they are, right? Jake want to go out and tell the world and everything, and like, hey, look, this is sweet in your mouth, bitter in your belly, right? You know, oh, I want to go get me an Israelite t-shirt off of Amazon and be wearing my shirt for when I go out and I go do this and that, and I go and I'm like, look, listen, bro. This ain't nothing like a trend or a fashion thing to be in. This is really, you know, it's spiritually good for us to be in, but in a place like, yo, bro, like, wait a minute, man. You don't want to put this here out on your, you know, the weird so-called on your sleeve out here, man. You see what they doing to Kyrie and Kanye and everything else like that, man. And I gave them the example. It's like, yo, you live in let's just say a pro Biden area, right? And you got a big-ass sticker on the back of your car to say, let's go Trump on there. What you think gonna happen in your car as soon as you park it and leave it, man? All right, or you in a pro-Trump area and you got Biden on the back. What happens? What do you think gonna happen in your car when you go and leave it, man? They gonna vandalize the shit, man. All right, throughout the elections, you had a lot of these people. I know where I was at, right? You have these people that'll be like, you know, in they yards, they have these signs. Some of them have big ass like billboard type signs in their yards and everything else like that. Talking some let's go Biden and let's go Trump and everything else like that, man. People was hopping their little fences and stuff like that and spray painting these things and knocking them down and everything else like that. And hey, where the people had to put up a fence over top of a fence. And granted, it was like a big ass barbed wire fence, you know, around their yard anyway. You know what I'm saying? But then they had to put another little fence up around their little billboard, man. All right, because people was jumping the fences and painting the signs or pulling the signs down and everything else like that, man. All right, but you know, and these are, like I said, like now these people got pretty big ass yards. You know, they got animals and shit roaming around, horses and shit in their yard. But you know, you got a big ass billboard sign out there, man, showing, oh, I'm a Trump supporter and everything else like that, man. What kind of attention do you think that's gonna draw? And it's your place. I gotta remind you, man. We in the belly of the beast, man. All right, we're amongst all these damn demons out here, man. Not only do you have the demons that's you know, of Esau and all these other nations that, you know, Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow. We just read about how he stood upon his feet and great fear fell upon them. They don't want to hear about this, man, because it's bad news unto them. Hey, the good, you know, Jacob is Esau is the end of the world, meaning Esau is about to fall, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Hey, man, he got next, man. He about to, you know, you wouldn't want to be in a relationship, right? Let's just say hypothetically you in a relationship, you and this here woman, and things start going sour. Y'all no longer talking around the house. You know, she done mentally checked out. She don't even want to sleep at the house no more. She just come to the house, go get her stuff, and she be out, man. She been staying at her girlfriend's house, or mama's house, or something else like that, man. You know the relationship damn near gone. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you start seeing the damn car that she getting into. You see the new nigga that she talking to nowadays, man. All right, man. You know what? Man, I know this nigga ain't picking up my bitch, even though she checking out, bro. You know she checking out and everything else like that. She about to go. As soon as she can move her stuff up out the crib, she moving about. You know the relationship already over. She just ain't, y'all ain't officially said it yet, man. That ain't officially, all right, it's done. But you know, hey, man, she ain't been coming home lately. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't been talking. She ain't been returning your phone calls. You just at the house looking sick and sad, man. This is how Esau's looking right about now, man. All right, the Lord hasn't officially taken that crown off his head yet and put it onto our head. But, hey, they can see that their whole shit is collapsing and corrupt right about now, man. All right, and they see that, hey, we see, you know, like, again, the analogy, we see her getting picked up and dropped off by the new guy that she with and everything else like that. Now you all hurt and everything else like that. Hey, man, they see that the Lord is raising us up, man. That great fear is falling upon them at this point in time. So now, you know, they feeling a certain type of way. So it's like, yo, do you really want to be walking around like that, man? You know what I'm saying? If you was the old guy, right? Or if you were the new guy, would you really want the old guy knowing where you stay at and everything? Nah, man, this man jealous, and I ain't even really take his old lady, man. They relationship done. It's some shit that he done did, man. You know what I'm saying? He got caught messing around with some other chick or something else like that, and she got mad. He was screwing her sister or something like that, and then, hey, he shouldn't have did what he did, man. You know, that was his fault, man. Now she checking out, bro. It ain't my fault. You know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden, you know, you shouldn't be sleeping with nobody woman, but, you know, this is an example of how, you know, disturb those emotions and those feelings, man. You know, this is how Esau's feeling right now. Seeing a new man picking her up nowadays, man. Heal this nigga right here, man. Or you get a divorce, and now he coming to pick up, she's about to drop off the kids or take the kids or whatever like that, but she pulling up with him in his car, man. Nice new car and everything. You feeling hurt right about now, man. This is Esau to the T right now, man. Seeing us, so you don't want to be walking around with no you know, your stuff on your sleeve, man. We got to be like Clark Kent out here, man. All right, not like, you know, walking around like Superman with your, you know, mask on and everything else like that, because, hey, we'll have our time to shine in the kingdom, but we're at the end of his kingdom, man, and it's hey, he know he has but a short time, so he's coming down with great wrath, man. And if he can point out, you know, he want to be able to find out who is into this and who's not into this, man. He like you, you know, if you want Esau to like you, man, you want to be on Esau's good side, you know, for you men, start drinking some lean, man. Work on your mixtape, man. Go out there and shoot dice on the side of the corner and everything else like that, man. Hey, the rapper that got killed, right? Hey, they like niggas like that, man. That's over there rapping about stupid shit all goddamn day. You know what I'm saying? And shooting dice and drinking lean and smoking weed. Esau love them niggas. You know why? Because the last thing on their mind is calling on the name of the Lord. You see what I'm saying? But guess what? That great fear is falling upon Esau. Every time he see the men of the Lord, it's like, you know what? I'm checking out of this here place, man. I'm taking my hand up off of Babylon the Great, man. Putting my hand onto the plow, man. I'm calling on the name of Yahweh and Yahushua, man. Those are the ones that Esau is fearing of our people, man. Oh, but guess what? You women, Esau love when you over there busting it wide open, twerking. You know what I'm saying? OnlyFans and it up, man. On the gram, twerking and doing all kind of stupid shit, man. Blonde hair, weave, all kind of shit like that. Esau love that. You know why? Because the last thing you got in the back of your mind is calling on the name of Yahweh and Yahushua, man. The last thing you got on your mind is being faithful unto a man of the Lord, man. Teaching your kids the right way, man. These are the last. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab that next. These are the things that Esau don't want you to be doing, man. This is why that great fear is falling upon him, because he saw them stand up upon their feet. Meaning, you go back to Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones. All right, then the transition from that into what? The skin coming upon them. All right, in fact, we got to touch on that. Then we'll get to this. Let me pull this other precept so I don't forget it. Hey, but Esau want to see your ass sleep out here, man. He want to see them dead bodies still, man. All right. Let me see if I can find some. Oh, wait a minute. We can read that too, but I want to grab. Okay, let me hold this on deck. All right. So going back to. Let me read this first and we'll go back. Revelation 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them, right? And you got to think about that, man. Let's go to Ezekiel. Oh, right there. Ezekiel 37, right? We'll just start up from the top. I lose my page over here though. All right, Ezekiel 37. And the hand of the Lord was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord, and set me down in the midst of a valley which was full of bones, and caused me to pass them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. Right? So let me jump down to verse 11 to tell you, to explain to you what these bones were. Verse 11. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dry, and our hope is lost, and we are cut off of our parts. So that's us, the valley of the dry bones, the walking dead. Like I said, hey man, Esau love it when you women out here with the blonde hair, the blue eyes, booty cheeks hanging all out, busting it wide open, twerking, got your little son holding up the phone, videotaping you while you going live, twerking and shit like that, man. Esau love you when you out in the corner shooting dice, drinking lean, working on your mixtape and everything. Hey, Esau your biggest fan when you putting together your mixtape, man. He the number one person that's rooting for you, man. Hey, man, I hope that this nigga put this here mixtape out, and I hope it's good, and I hope he talking about shoot 'em up bang bang to get more of these jakes to go out here and go do the shoot 'em up bang bang, man. Hey, your biggest fan is these Edomites, man. Hey, think about it, man. When you actually go into the people that's actually consuming or buying all this stuff, it's them. It's not even us, man. So they love it when you're in this here state of being dead, man. All right, because why? They get to basically eat off of your so-called, licking your wounds, as the scriptures say, man. They get to eat off of your pain and your sorrow, man. You had that boy, what's his name, Takeoff, wound up getting killed. Guess what, man? After the controversy, the things that's going on, you had Takeoff getting killed, but guess what? They had the video all up on the internet and everything else like that. Who getting paid off of those clicks, man? TMZ, E-News. Hey, man, these are our people that own these spots, man. These is them. So they love that, man. Oh, hopefully we can get somebody. If they would have been like, yo, this guy died, there's no footage of it, they still would have made money off the story itself. But oh shit, we gonna make even more money up off of the off the video. Oh, here we got a whole new angle of him getting shot. We got an even better angle of him getting shot. And guess what? The clicks is running up, man. The how you call it, the ad revenue is going up, man. See, it's funny that they hey, if we could be claiming that anti what word on them. You know what I'm saying? If Jake was smart enough and wise enough to be able to talk, hey, what about us? What about y'all making money off of our pain and our suffering and things like this? See, this here narrative that you keep pushing is why our people keep going out here like this, man. The fact that y'all keep showing stuff like this is the reason our people keep dying and everything else out here like that, man. The reason that these people out here doing stupid stuff like this is because y'all are pushing and promoting these things. But see, Jake don't even know who their enemies are, man. All right? Never trust our enemy, man. But Jake don't know who their enemies are. All right? But yet and still, man, hey, look. This is the state that Esau wants you to be in, man. That dead state, man. Like I said, he love you when you out here working on your mixtape, out here selling drugs. I'm the biggest dope boy in the hood and everything. And guess who your number one fan is, man? not your customers that's over here buying up your dope for the low, and they can fix they little get they fix. Esau's your biggest goddamn fan at that, man. All right, hell, you even look around in a lot of these little hoods, man. You go through the hood like, man, bro, look, I can think of a hood right now, right? Ever since I was in high school, man, this one little area, like, man, this is the traffic spot where all the damn dope be sold at. Everybody know this spot right here, man. Nah, bro, let's not go over there because it ain't nothing over there, but they ain't doing nothing but selling dope right here on this goddamn street. It's like the famous street for selling dope at over here, man. All right, but guess what? Esau know, because he's sitting at one end of it and the other end of it, man, watching the dope house. But guess what? He never go and raid the dope house. He'll just pull over people that be coming through that bad boy, man. I'm gonna just go pick this nigga up, and he like the dope man, because guess what? The dope man keep feeding him people that's getting pulled over, that's going to jail, that's feeding the tax money. Now, if he get rid of the dope man, guess what? Then and shut down the dope spot. Well, now we gotta go figure out where they buying dope at nowadays, man. Now we gotta go figure out. We can't keep busting these people no more, man. So, hey, he love you in that dead, dry state, man. All right, but hey, this ain't with the Most High, man. He wants you to be alive, man. He wants you to be calling on His name. But you have this here scenario that's going on to where our people will never wake up to these things, to where they don't even understand who they are, man. You have this here scenario that's going on with this whole thing, and you got a lot of our people that say, I don't know about that, man. I don't care about what's going on. They just a clown. They just a fool. They just being stupid. Hey, Esau loved that, man. All right, but the fact of the matter is, what's this movie he talking about, man? What's the stuff that they going into, man? When you start searching up these things, and guess what? Right about now on Amazon, there's certain books that's selling like crazy right about now. Certain things is being sold right about now. Bible sales are going up right about now. All right, odds are going into these things. Esau's cringing at that right about now. You know why? Because people are starting to look towards their power again, man. And when people start calling, hey, they know. In fact, we'll get it real quick, but they know that once we start calling upon that name, we're going to start being raised up. So going back to Ezekiel 37, it says, Ezekiel 37:3 says, and he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Yahweh, power thou knowest. Now, think about it in this here point in time, man. All the time and all the money that they spent, all the time and all the money that they spent on keeping us asleep out here, man. All the entertainment, the news, not the news, all the entertainment, the sports, the distractions, they've used to keep us asleep. All these different things was for what? So that we would never wake up to who we were, man. All right, and again, you have scenarios to where, they'll pay you off in a certain type of way, man. You start getting close to certain things. Let's just say you about to get into the NFL and everything else like that. And then you start coming across these things, man. What are they gonna tell you? Hey, man, you losing focus on certain things, man. We need you to focus on this. If you do that, you gonna lose your speed and everything else like that. You're gonna lose certain things, and we need you to focus on these things. Like even with regular, athletic type things or whatever it is in the world, they say, hey, for you young men that's growing up, man, hey, put women to the back burner right now, man. Because look, with chasing women, you're gonna lose focus on what's important in your life, man. And most of all you jakes, you done been through this, man. When you out here chasing women and things like that, you're not really worried about getting the best job, working the most hours to be able to make the most money to level yourself up. Maybe it's you might have been in high school on a football team, basketball team. After school is over with, instead of going to practice, you want to go and kick with your girlfriend, man. You showing up to practice late because you out in the parking lot talking to your girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not studying in school because you up all night on the phone with your girlfriend, man. So this is their distraction. But look, this is Sophia. Sophia, wisdom for us. This is our girlfriend, man. We supposed to be into this like how we into these here women, man. Always constantly checking up. We supposed to be simping for the Lord, man. Simping for this here word, man. All right, hey, look, man. What you doing? Calling you on the phone every 2 minutes. Hey, we supposed to be in the scriptures like that, man. All right, hey, guess what's gonna happen, man? Just like in the world, you always spending time with your girlfriend. You don't have time to play football. You don't have time to be studying. You don't have time to be doing this, and we don't be doing that. So as long as we infatuated with this here woman, guess what we don't have time to be doing? Shooting dice, selling dope, twerking off in we don't got time to be doing all this bullshit that's tying us to the world, man. Esau don't like that, man. Like I said, Esau like it when you out here into this here world, man. All right, the scripture say you are not of this world, but I've called you up out of this here world, man. The rest of our people, they intertwine with this world, man. They can't sit down and watch a 10, 20-minute video, but they'll sit here and watch a 2 or 3 hour long video of some hot gossip or some shit like that, man. Some old bullshit, man. They'll watch all this here stuff, hours and hours and hours of soap operas, they little Netflix shows and everything. They'll sit there and binge watch Netflix all damn night long, a movie or a TV show, hours on end, 7 episodes of a 45-minute to an hour long TV show. You know, they'll sit there and watch that shit all goddamn night, binge watch, man. Oh, we finna Netflix and chill, but can't watch 10 minutes of edification, man. 20 minutes of edification, man. But see, these are our people, man. All right, Esau love you in this here state. This is why he's trying to keep giving you all these different things, these trinkets and everything else like that, man. Like the scripture say, hey, about these women, the teats are gonna fail. All this stuff that you occupied yourself with, all this is gonna come to an end. Go back to 2020, man. Everybody had to sit at home. They couldn't go out and couldn't do everything else. Guess what started skyrocketing at that point in time, man? All right, internet views of everything, man. All right, a lot of people started coming across the truth because they ain't had nothing else better to do but sit there and watch videos, man. So these are the things that are how do I say, skyrocketing right now. Like I said, there's a lot of books being sold. All right, a lot of Bibles being sold. A lot of people are watching and looking into certain things, even over these things that's going on right now, man. All right, a lot of our people are starting to wake up. All right, but hey, look, they spent all this here money to keep us in this here dead state. So hey, Ezekiel say, hey, or the Lord said, can these bones live? Ezekiel say, hey, only thou knowest, man. Can these people ever get it, man? Are these people gonna ever wake up with all the distractions that they got? The Instagrams, the Twitter, and everything else like that they got, man. Hey, the social media is the new drug nowadays, man. Jake used to be sitting on the porch smoking weed all goddamn day, drunk under the tree all damn day, and ain't really being productive. Now Jake just be sitting on the toilet all damn day, sitting on the couch all day, sitting in the break room all day, sitting in the car all day, scrolling on Instagram, looking at booty pictures, man. Just scrolling. Like, nigga, you're not gonna ever meet none of these women a day in your life, and even if you do, you're not gonna holler at none of them anyway. And most of them all got men anyway, and plus they all harlot. Bro, stop with that shit, man. But they just hook. They just hook. You know what I'm saying? Just like doing drugs, man. You're never gonna get to that high where you first got high the first time. You just, like they say, chasing a high, trying to chase that first high. You'll never get there, man. You'll spend the rest of your life doing these damn drugs, just sitting there decaying and devouring your body, man. And you'll never get back to where you was. And even if you do, what prize do you get at that point in time, man? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these drugs you be taking just make your ass sleepy anyway, man. See motherfuckers on lean, be all dozed the fuck off. Like, bro, go out and go be productive in the world. You ain't gonna have no problems going to sleep. You'll be fine and sleepy by 9:30, 10 o'clock at night anyway, man. All right, but this is Jake, man, the valley of the dry bones in that dead state, man. All right, let's go back to that. Ezekiel 37 and verse 4. Again, he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones. All right, the point there was prophesy. Prophesy unto these bones and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and you shall live. And that breath is speaking about what? That Holy Spirit, man. All right, that Holy Spirit to enter into you, and you shall live, man. You know, going into, like the scripture say about, they sang a new song that only basically the elect would understand. All right. Hey, now you had this old song that you've been vibing to for this long time, sweet baby Jesus and everything else like that, man. You didn't have no breath unto you, man. You was dead at that point in state, man. But now you start calling on the name of Yahweh, man. Yahweh and Yahweh, man. Now you got a little bit of breath into you, man. Now you starting to wake up. Now things is about to start changing for you. Now you finally breathing, man. Now the whole time you've been going to church, I keep saying this, the whole time you've been going to church, your mama, your grandmama and them, the whole time they've been going to church, never heard of an Israelite all the way up until now. I'm like, damn, how the fuck is you 50-something years old, 60 years old, 70 years old, they've been in church your whole life, never knew what an Israelite was, man. You over here struggling over there, what's the, Israelite? What's the Israelite? How the hell you not know what the Israelite? The whole book is about the Israelites. It's a bunch of people you talking about, man. All right, but yet and still, this is, that breath being put into them, man. Asking the right questions nowadays, man. Beforehand, they was all worried about that prosperity doctrine. Hey, man, you got your grandma and them that go to church every Sunday religiously. Hey, nah, we can't miss church for this, can't miss. Go and ask your grandmama if she know what an Israelite is, man. Go and ask your grandmama if she know what an Edomite is, man. Yeah, I don't know what none of that is, but I know God love everybody. They know that, but they don't know, and you ask them, well, where did God show the Egyptians love at, man? What about when God showed the Babylonians love, man? What about when God showed the Medo-Persians love, man? So, see, they can't answer any of these questions, but that's that old song. That's that dead state that they in, man. They over here reading the book the whole damn time and don't know nothing, man. All right, I believe I said this last week. It's like, man, it's like you going to school for 18 years, and you still don't know 1 + 1, man. You ain't learned a goddamn thing, man. If you went to school this whole long time, you can't even learn how to write your name inside, those big lines with the little dotted line in the middle. We have to learn how to write and everything else like that, man. You can't even write your name. You can't even spell your name, man. How the hell you been going to school this long and can't spell your own name? Don't know what 1 + 1 is, man. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you don't even know your alphabets, man. What have you been doing, man? They would say that you have some type of mental retardation and you can't learn properly, man. There's something wrong with you, man. And there's something wrong with 2/3 of our people, man. They're not gonna ever get this here thing, man. All right, the place of repentance is open unto them right now. But guess what? They're not gonna get it, man. This is gonna go right over their heads, man. But again, this is the state that Esau wants you to be in. All right, he wants you to be in this here dead state, man. Esau wants you to continue to go off and how do I say, chase the things of this here world, chase the bag in this here world, man. Chase all these things, and it's a fleeing dream, man. And he wants you to be living the American dream. But guess what? For you to be living in a dream, you have to be asleep. Now they use these terms like being woke and oh, you sleep, you this, you that. Hey, but see, these people want to be living the American dream, but claim that they woke, man. Like you know, you have a dream inside of a dream, man. You know, you dreaming and you know you dreaming. It's like, fuck, I know I'm in a dream and everything else like that, but you can't wake up. But this is you people out here, man. You just rather live in a dream because the dream is a lot better, man. Oh, man, I'm dreaming and I'm driving a Lambo and everything. I know I'm dreaming, but at least I'm driving a Lambo in the dream. Nah, nigga, like, you can't take that about the dream, man. This is a dream world that you living in, but these are our people, man. In that dry bone state, man. But the Lord is starting to raise us up to the point to where, hey, now we're starting to call back onto that name, man. We're starting to be a living soul again. Beforehand, again, we was a dead soul walking around just aimlessly, man. All right, picking up after the ways of the heathen and doing the things that they've been doing, man. This is what we've been doing for this here long time. But now all of a sudden, we starting to call upon the name of the Lord. We starting to serve the Lord in truth and sincerity. Now our adversaries are fearing these things, man. Because why? They need us to be in this here state so that they can continue to reign over top of us, man. All right, so hey, this is, you know, you playing a video game with you and your little brother or something like that, man. And you tell him like, you know, after this certain, let's just say this certain point in time or something like that, that he don't even know is gonna never come up upon this, man. Oh well, yeah, after I finish this here game and let's say you're playing football or something like that. Yeah, you can play after I finish this here game. You playing football against, let's say, the Dallas Cowboys or something like that, man. And then, you know, you tell, oh, it's in a different quarter, it's a different half, and this and that. Now you playing the Falcons or something like that, man. Oh, it's just another quarter. We still playing the same game. He don't know no better, man. As long as he believe that, he gonna keep waiting until indefinite, man. Like, well, you'll see it's at the end of the game. You know, the game is over once you see it's the Super Bowl part. You know, that's the end of the game. Like, nah, nigga, you done played 100 different matches, bro. Like, it's over with, man. You know what I'm saying? But he don't know no difference, man. The older brother want to keep the younger brother asleep. If he knew, like, nah, bro, you in the fourth quarter, you at the 2-minute warning, bro, the game almost over with, man. They say the final score right there, that's the end of the game, bro. Like, what you doing, man? It's my turn to play now. So if he was up or awake, if he was woke to these things, he would know, hey, man, the game over with. It's my turn to play, man. But see, Esau don't want you to be, you know, in that their mind state to know what's really going on. All right? Going back to the Ezekiel 37. Well, let me just read this on down because this also explains something else. It says, verse 4, and he said unto me, prophesy unto these bones and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. And that's what's really going to start waking us up, man. The words of the Lord, man. It's one thing to just know that you're an Israelite and everything else like that, but then look, you have our people. Let me keep reading. It says, thus saith Yahweh power, can these bones, thus saith Yahweh power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you and you shall live. So the breath is the important part. It says, and I will lay sinews upon you and bring up flesh upon you and shall cover you with skin and put breath into you and you shall live and you shall know that I am Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied there was a noise, and behold, shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. So this is coming to a state of mind where our people, you know, they may wake up to the fact that Esau is the damn devil out here, man. We in captivity. You had a lot of our people that 2019, it was like, oh, the year to return, the year of redemption and everything. And they was woke to a certain extent, but there was no breath inside of them, man. They didn't understand the true scriptures and the truth of these things, man. You can come into knowing that you're an Israelite and don't know the names of the Lord, the calling the true names of the Lord. You may, because you got some groups out here that's telling you, hey, ain't gonna be no chip. The mark of the beast is Christianity. Mark of the beast is sleeping with a so-called white woman. You know, ain't no Jacob's trouble. All these different things like that. But hey, man, there's really no breath inside of you, man. Yeah, you know you're an Israelite. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, you know, again, people newly coming into this here truth, you know, may start watching this, you know, some of these groups out here, you know, some of these people out here teaching and everything else like that. Yeah, they teaching you an Israelite, you know, the basics of these things like that, man. But, you know, you don't really know, you know, you get to a certain point, you know, where, you know, let's just say for, you Jakes is coming into the truth, right? You first come to the truth, and Deuteronomy 28 and 68. oh man, yeah, we was gonna come on cargo slave ships. You know that, you know you an Israelite, but then you over here stumbling like, oh, I'm from the tribe of Jacob. You know, I can't remember, but they said we was gonna be cargo slave ships. You kind of know, but there's no real breath inside of you, man. You gotta be built up, man. You gotta be able to, hey, when you got that breath inside of you, man. Hey, when people come up and ask you a question about some stuff, all right, turn to this in the Bible, turn to that in the Bible. Well, can you break this here down? And then you break it down to, well, this is what this is going into. This is what that's going into. Well, these are the prophecies that you're looking forward to, man. Especially, hey, that's really, you know, where the gist of it is it, man. Knowing you're an Israelite is one thing, but then understanding the prophecies is a whole nother thing. Because, hey, look, you know, you could be learning that you're an Israelite, you know, it's sweet in your mouth, but then the bitterness in your belly. Hey, you got to be able to measure the times diligently in itself based off of what? These prophecies, man. All right, Speak ye in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's really the more important thing, because, hey, man, knowing you an Israelite is one thing, but then, you know, because, again, there's a lot of these groups out here that they can, you know, break down to you an Israelite, but how do they feel when it comes to these prophecies, man? How does it feel when it comes to these end-time events and things like that, man? So they got you over here thinking that you're an Israelite. Just build an Israelite community. Y'all go get married and everything else like that, you know, we're going to be here for a long time. But then, look, you lacking that breath. You lacking the understanding. Look, man, we almost up out of here. Measuring the time diligently. You don't you see the wars and rumors of wars, the third world's war. All right, you don't see these thermonuclear missiles getting built up. You don't see this here Esau's enterprise being put together, this new world order. You don't see this MOTB being pushed out, man. We about to be about this bad boy, man. You don't see Jake waking up at a rapid pace right about now, man. You know, if you don't understand that part, man, you don't really have that breath inside of you, man. So you got to have that Holy Spirit inside of you to be able to discern these things that's going on, break down these here prophecies that's taking place, man. When you start seeing different headline news stories, you know, being a watchman, hey, man, this is what's popping, man. Oh, we see this is going on, you know. They just announced, you know, they're going to implement the CBDC, and we're going to convert over by January 1st, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go to this full-on CBDC mode, you know, no more paper dollars and everything else like that, man. What good is knowing you a damn Israelite and you can't see that sign that's being played out? You know, January 1st, we're going to a CBDC and this and that. Oh, great, we got this new money and everything else like that. But can't wait to go get in line and go get my stuff. I know I'm an Israelite. I got my Israelite t-shirt on and everything else like that. But come on, man. Ain't no real breath inside of you, man. Esau, again, at that point in time, he's not afraid of you at that point. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, if you're able to expose him, you know, bring it out the Wizard of Oz, man. Toto and everything else like that, man. Hey, the Oz, or the Wizard of Oz, right? He really feared that somebody will pull that curtain back and expose who he was, man. You know, the little dog pulled the curtain back and he turned around. He looks like, oh, I'm exposed, man, because now everybody see his wickedness, man. See his deception, man. All right, now nobody's gonna believe him. That curtain was his mainstay of security, man. All right, but hey, you know, yeah, he was manipulating everybody by all the illusions and things like that. But guess what? The real deal was that curtain that was hiding him behind the so-called veil, man. All right, and hey, again, like I said, Esau, he don't want you to understand, you know, the full depth of these things, man. Because, hey, man, if you was to say that you were Israelite and everything else like that, and they try to pull out these, and they say the anti-whatever word, you know what I'm saying, and you they be like, wait a minute, his name was Shem to begin with, and technically we was all, not all of us, but, you know, the people that's in question, you know, we all come from Shem anyway, man. Not everybody, but, you know, the groups, again, that's involved in the conversation, like, well, we all Shemites to begin with, and you guys can hijack this here word. And you know, I used this example the other day when trying to explain that their word to somebody. They were like, well, what does this mean? And I was like, well, they basically saying is being racist towards them, right? But this is it only works on stupid people, man. It don't work on somebody that's well educated. So for instance, let's just say, you know, me being a Floridian, right? And let's say, you know, talking about Georgia, right? And say if, you know, for somebody to say, you know, you're talking to some, like, you know, you're talking to an out of towner, right? When they say, hey, man, you know, we finna leave America. Yeah, we about to leave America and travel outside of America. Now, remember, I'm in Florida talking about leaving America, right? You know what I'm saying? And going to Georgia, you know, Atlanta, Georgia and stuff like that. They're like, bro, we know that we know that you're not from around here because you made this here statement like that, man. Like, what the hell is that all about, man? You know, Georgia and Florida, they both part of America. Like, you must be, you know, that only works on somebody that's you know, not from America, so to say, man. You know, somebody that's so-called stupid to that, man. Maybe somebody in Russia or something like that, you know, that don't know America and everything else like that, man. But for somebody that's an American, they're like, bro, don't you know that Florida and Georgia are both part of America? You're not leaving America going to Florida. You know, some people will say, yeah, I'm about to leave America. America getting too rough. I'm about to go move to Hawaii. Well, that shit only works on a stupid person, because somebody of a little bit of wisdom would know, like, well, Hawaii is part of America. So what you're really saying, you're not really leaving the country. That's still part of America, man. So, hey, you know, when these here words and these things come up, it's like, well, it only really worked because you don't know who you are. You don't know the foundations of these things. So, again, having that breath that's inside of you, you can combat all these different things, man. Yeah, you got a lot of these Americans out here that's so-called walking around breathless. Oh, well, I'm about to leave America. I'm about to leave outside of America. I'm moving to Puerto Rico. I'm moving to Hawaii. Like, nigga, like, that's still America, bro. Like, I don't know what you talking about. Maybe when you get up on your little bit of knowledge a little bit, then you'll understand, like, this is still America, all right, or the United States, man, all right. But, you know, hey, this is the importance of having that breath. Like I said, what good is knowing that you're an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? But then you don't know about any of these prophecies, man. You walking right into the mark of the beast, man. You know, Esau coming down with great wrath, you know, World War III. Hey, oh, we know we Israelites, we gonna build our own community, we gonna go do this and go do that. Hey, have you not read about how this place is about to be turned into the lake of fire, man? This place is gonna never to be inhabited again, man. All right, how the Lord said these curses are gonna follow you whithersoever thou goest, till thou beest destroyed. So you can't move about, oh, we gotta leave America, man. We found out we Israelites, they hate us over, we gotta leave America. But what good is that doing to you, man? You see them ones that went to what is it, Dimona, Israel? All right, living out there by the nuclear power plant, forced to fight in their military and everything else like that, man. These are a bunch of Israelites that woke up to being Israelites, but there was no real breath inside of them, man. All right, so again, hey, you know, when the Lord put that breath inside of you, that's when you have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding about the thing. Like the scriptures say, wisdom and knowledge should be the stability of thy time. Keep you stable in those points of time, man. So, hey, you got to have that breath that's inside of you, man, to be able to discern these things, so you don't just get so-called taken advantage of, man. All right, so somebody can't just pull the wool over your eyes like that. That's so simple. Give me 1 second. All right, so, hey, so the Lord said, hey, well, let me read verse 7, I believe it is, or 10. Well, let me just go back to, let me just start at 7. So I prophesied as I commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bone came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, and lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say unto the wind, thus saith Yahweh, power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. All right, so hey, they was already, you know, their bodies, they was, you know, walking, but there was no spirit that was inside of them. You know, knowing you an Israelite, you know, you can tell by some of these people. Like again, when to go put, you know, I know, I seen some people one day, you know, they kind of live like kind of around where I live at. You know, they got the Yiddish writing on the back of their windshield of their car. You know, and they also got on their license plate. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much, well, they got, you know, the Lord's name pretty much written, but it's like in the Yiddish. You know what I'm saying? It's not written in the Paleo Hebrew, right? So on the back of their windshield, front of their car, you know, the women is dressed up, you know, covered up and everything else like that. You know, maybe walking around wearing all white and everything else like that. And when I first came into the truth, you know, and when I first came into the truth, man, I seen them at the red light. I pulled them over, like, hey, I just found out I'm an Israelite, this and that. You know, hey, being a babe in this thing, man, just finding out, man. But you think about it, they don't really have no breath into them. For one, you know, that's not even the real Hebrew that they got written on their cars, man. And again, secondly, you know, what this, the scriptures say, you're going to be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Again, you know, why would you want to wear this as on your sleeve, man? You got your car parked out in the parking lot. Now, when it's here, heat come down upon you and everything else like that, man. All right, then what? People going to start targeting you, man. All right, so, hey, the scriptures say, we're going to get to it. Lord's will, we'll get to it in Matthew 10. You know, I send you forth this sheep amongst wolves. They're trying to devour you out here, man. So you got to be able to move a certain type of way. All right, you have to be able to move, in fact, because I'm holding something else. Let me see if I can get to that real quick. 1 second. 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 1 second We were supposed to read this all the way through earlier, but maybe Lord's will we'll come back to it a little later. But I want to read this. Matthew 10:16. It says, "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be there wise as serpents and harmless as doves." So, hey, the Lord's sending you in a den of beasts, and you food. They're looking to devour you. So again, you got to think this is Esau's kingdom that's fallen, and he know that you up next. So you food out here for him, man. Hey, I send you forth. You know what I'm saying? It's food in it. Hey, just imagine this is like, look, man, I'm sending you on a undercover mission to infiltrate the this here gang, this mafia, the cartel, or something else like that, man. Hey, man, be on your P's and Q's, man. Don't walk up in the damn, you're supposed to be infiltrating the mob, and you walking in there with your police uniform pulled up in your police car, like, nigga, how you supposed to, you know what I'm saying? How you gonna do your job? How you gonna sit here and eat, man? You amongst the mob, man, or the cartel or the gang, man. You know what I'm saying? They pretty much gonna cut your head off or whatever, man. You supposed to be undercover, man. Undercover mean that you under this here veil, man, under this here cloak of how you call it, of secrecy, man. You can't pull up with the red and blues on top of the car, man. The black and white car, so-and-so police department and everything. You got the uniform on, the hat on, the bells, the whistles, the gun badge. But you can't walk up in there like that, man. You're supposed to be undercover out here, man. So, hey, this is the same way we supposed to be walking out here, man. All right, the Lord said he sent us forth as Matthew 10:16. "Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves." All right, and again, you interpret that as, hey, look, I'm sending you forth as food, and the hungry lions den, man. What are they looking for, man? To devour you, man. You leave a sheep and a wolf together in a pen. What do you think is gonna happen when that wolf get hungry, man? He finna eat the sheep. Or he gonna devour the sheep. The sheep ain't gonna try to eat the wolf. The wolf is gonna eat the sheep. So you don't want to be walking around out here. You ain't really got the breath inside of you. If you walking around out here looking like the sheep. You know what I'm saying? Or if you the sheep amongst the damn wolves, and you gonna just go over there. You know what? I'm gonna go lay close to the fire, so I can start getting rotisserie and everything, start warming up and start smelling good to this damn wolf. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go to sleep like this, my back turned towards him, and just go eat like that. Nah, man. You know what I'm saying? You see, like, out in the wilderness, those videos and like the lions and stuff in Africa, and the gazelles out there just drinking the water and shit like that, man. You'd be a dumbass gazelle, you'd be sitting there just like the lion over here drinking at the water, man. And the gazelle just walk up on the lion, look at him, put his head down, start eating, and turn his back on him. Man, the lion might be shook. The lion might be like, man, what the hell going on? And looking around, is this a trap? Nigga, you done walked up into, like, I eat you, right? Like, I normally have to chase you down, but you done walked up on me and turned around, bro. This is what it's like, man. You don't want to be like that out here, man, because you'll be food out here, man. All right, for the wicked to pretty much devour you, man. This is what they're looking to do, man. All right, hey, the devil is looking to seek who he may devour. All right, hey, the same thing is going on here, man. So you don't want to be one of these people, man. You gotta have walk with wisdom out here, man. All right, you gotta be able to understand this whole thing. The scriptures say, "I come in the volume of the book." All right, you gotta be able to see the full spectrum of this here thing, man. All right, because a lot of times people just wake up to the fact that they're Israelites and they want to put this on their sleeve and everything else like that, man. And then they think that they just want to think of themselves as, how do I put it, a super Jake, man. Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna go get our own cities, our own towns. Look, that's crazy. That's crazy. Somebody just sent me a link, I guess on BitChute, all right, for that video. I probably shouldn't even say this now because it's gonna be I don't care, man. On BitChute for the Hebrews to Negroes, I hadn't seen the thing, but hey, it was a relative, man. I don't really speak to this relative that often. So, but hey, like I was saying earlier, man, you know what I'm saying? You may lose these relatives and things like that, but look, this is a prime example for these things, man. Look, now this is so-called breaking the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I remember I didn't cast you to the side for being crazy and this and that over these things, but now, hey, man, I ain't tell you nothing about these things. I ain't talked to you in a while, months, maybe even fucking a year or something like that. Now all of a sudden, this is breaking the ice in a text message. Oh, here go a link to their video. I thought you would be interested in this. you know, and a couple people was telling me about that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not really so pressed to seeing it because I pretty much know all the information they're gonna tell you about this anyway. Because you do realize this is what I do preach, right? Like this is what I've been trying to tell you the whole time. But hey, call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Hey, the Lord, again, the Lord is waking people up. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's, the important part about this is like I'm going into is what? Having that breath. Having this, the complete truth up in you, man. All right, but I mean, again, it's one thing to slowly start seeing people wake up, to slowly start seeing people get this here truth, or at least start believing, like, man, maybe there's something here, man. Maybe there's something that's deeper than what, you know, because I remember my brother, my son, my cousin, my husband, my baby daddy. I remember him talking about this type of shit, but now all of a sudden I've seen this all on the news and everything else like that. So now, hey, man, like we read earlier, you done forsook all these different things, and now, hey, the Lord can bring it back to you 100-fold, man. You know what I'm saying? You stood firm. You know, hey, your old lady left you, your baby mama left you, took the kids and everything else like that. You ain't seen your kids, and then, you know, over time, their lives just start going downhill and everything else like that. Now they see these things. Now all of a sudden they're reaching out onto you, man. Hey, you know, and again, hey, you know, it's funny because again, like I said, 2020 came. Even right now, just, you know, ain't talked to relatives and people in a long time, or old ladies in a long time, and they send you shit like this, or a Bible verse. I'm like, motherfucker, you ain't into the Bible. You don't believe in the Bible. You believe that the Bible was made up by the white man and everything else like that. And you into some whole other shit. That, what the hell are you texting me about this for, man? We know you don't believe. Something must have happened to you for you to start thinking these things, man. But like I say, man, the Lord can raise up whoever He want to raise up, whenever He want to raise them up, man. So, hey, you know, what you're supposed to be doing, the Lord, you have to understand the Lord called you into this here thing, man. Again, part of that bitterness that you know, it's sweet in your mouth. You want to tell everybody, but part of that bitterness is what? Hey, this ain't for everybody, man. You know, and it's funny. It's funny that the people that's waking up now, they starting to get this shit like quick. I'm like, damn, in like a week and a half of you finding out about this here shit and learning some of this stuff, you done found out about, you know, 2/3. Like, well, you know, they still babes, so they throwing up. The Lord said 1/3 of y'all motherfuckers is gonna die anyway. No, hold on. The Lord said 1/3 of them is gonna make it. 2/3 is gonna cut off. But the fact of the matter that, you know, a lot of times this is a stumbling block. Oh, all of our people can't make it? What you mean all our people can't make it? I think we can all make it. We should try to save all of our people. That's one of the major stumbling blocks that a lot of our people fall over when we first come in. But hey, like I said, not too long finding out about the truth, you already know that there's going to be at least you know that there's a portion of them that's going to not make it. You know what I'm saying? Well, you know, you can work on the 2/3 and the 1/3 part, but the fact of the matter that you know that a portion of our people not going to make it, and you over trying to tell them about this and everything else like that, you done already got burnt by trying to go and tell everybody, and you don't even quite know any scriptures to be able to point out X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? And boom. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And came across some videos and stuff like that, and seeing, you know, some women getting talked to rough. You know what I'm saying? Basically getting cussed out and everything else like that. You know what I'm saying? But still stomaching that, man. Yeah, but that woman was wrong, and this and that. I'm like, damn, that's another stumbling block. You see, typically our people don't like that the palate, man. You know, it's like medicine, man. You know, you gotta understand the Most High is bitter and direct, man. He gonna tell you, hey, if you do this, you gonna die, right? Esau, or the devil, he come to you with sweet sounding stuff. Look, man, you ain't gonna surely die. It's gonna be all right for you. It's just like food and medicine, man. You know, that bitter herb, bitter medicine, all right, is what's good for you, man. But that sweet stuff, you know, you start drinking some sweet Kool-Aid, some sweet chocolate, or you know, real chocolate is good for you. But that sweet stuff, man, you like, nah, man. You know, well, the sweet stuff is actually, you know, it tastes good to you, but it's not really good for you, all right? But the bitter stuff is actually what's good for you, man. Bitter medicine and everything else like that. You go get you some tasty medicine and everything else like that. That shit ain't gonna really do you no damn good, man. All right, but you stick with the bitter stuff. That bitter taste, that's what's gonna be what's really popping. But hey, you know, this is the point in time where we're at right now, man. Where the Lord is doing the work, man. You know, you have another wave of our people starting to wake up to this here truth, man. And call Allah Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah for that, because, like, hey, man, this is a sign that we're getting closer and closer to the end, man. All right, the doors of repentance is open. All right, you know, you have a lot of our people. You know, let me read this first real quick, and we'll get back. You have a lot of our people that's come on down if you want to come on down. We'll see. No, they're gonna ride on off. See, but see, look, we about to read about this right now, as a matter of fact. You have our people that'll try to, because I didn't see them creeping from the other side over there, trying to watch from a distance and everything else like that. Came out, but then I happened to just look up to them as they was trying to creep around the corner. They was about to park and come over, but nah, I ain't gonna come over there. I ain't finna go do this. I ain't finna go and do that. But hey, man, you know, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Hey, salvation right here, it's the hot topic right now, man. You can't ignore it, man. You know, I was talking to somebody and they was saying the same thing. They're like, man, we was talking about this and everything else like that. And then, matter of fact, they ran into IUIC, man, where they was at. They was like, damn, I was just reading about this and then I didn't seen them on the videos earlier this morning. And then they started seeing GMS videos after that. You know, are they breaking down this? They breaking down that? I gotta go get me an apocrypha and everything. The very next damn day, I guess IUIC be out there preaching throughout the week somewhere. But they wound up rolling up on IUIC and got some the little the sheets that they give out, those little pamphlets they give out. Now they got all the scriptures and everything else like that, man. So call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man. You know, you're a baby, you start waking up to that. Hey, it is what it is. You know, hey, a lot of us didn't come in straight into onto some GMS. You know what I'm saying? You might have came in on another group. You know, but hey, call halal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. That the fact of the matter that the Lord is at least guiding you in the right way, and you're not throwing this here stuff up, man. A lot of our people right now it's going over their head. They throwing it up. You know what I'm saying? They walking away from these things, man. But look, how many times is the Lord going to give you a chance or an opportunity, man? This is a great opportunity and a chance for you to start seeking the Lord, man. Looking into these things that's going on right about now, because this is the talk of the talk of the town. Hey, you know, they had a flavor of the week. This seemed like it's about to be the flavor of the damn month. All right, because the story just keep getting juicier and juicier and juicier, man. All right, it's not just one person. Hey, and you see how the Lord did that. You know, Kanye is easily dismissed with these things because they was talking about some the White Lives Matter shirt that he had on and the Donald Trump MAGA hat that he had on. So a lot of our people quick to just, oh, this nigga was on this and that. But then what about another Jake that you know, I don't know too much about this guy, like as far as like his life and everything else like that. But hey, what about another Jake doing the same thing, man? So all the things you did cancel the old boy out for, he actually stand for the opposite of those things, man. This is so-called pro black person, you know, black wife, black kids. I don't know the guy, like I said, like that, but he may have a black wife, black kids, and stand for black people, this and that. So what are you gonna say about him? And he's telling you the same thing, man. Oh, maybe let me look into it in these things. Hey, so now these things are starting to wake people up, man. All right, because like I said, I know how easy it is for people to overlook, you know, Kanye and the things he got going on. All right, because of the fact of the matter of some of the things that he get himself into. All right, let me read this real quick in 2nd Ezra chapter 9. Let me start at verse 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. All right, and so hey, you know, you're gonna have to hear this here word. All right, have faith on this here word. All right, and then you're gonna do what? It's gonna move you to do works, man. All right, it's gonna move you to go out and you know, if you're a preacher, a teacher, all right, to go out to the highways and the byways and preach and to teach, man. You know, not everybody's in that same lot, but hey, the Lord will present to you what you're supposed to be doing, man. All right, you know, you have you have some men that you know, I've seen them. Now I don't know if these guys actually don't go out and preach or anything else like that, but I've seen some Jakes. I can at least think of one or two Jakes at least. The other one, I'm not sure if the other one I'm thinking about. Well, no, the other one I'm thinking about, he's still pushing the same thing he pushing, but even though he's pushing from a Christian perspective, but he's still, you know, putting up some videos of wicked shit that's going on, right? But then you got this other Jake that found out that he was a Jake and everything else like that. And I believe he had a different channel name, right? But now his channel name is something reflective of to, you know, some things that Jake would be actually doing. But anyway, you know, he showed up a bunch of news clippings and things like that and all these different things. So it's just like, hey, man, you know, he was doing this from beforehand and now he's still doing this today. So now we have things that's going forth. Like, look, we can show you, hey, this is what's going on in the world. This is what's wicked in the world. These are these things. He got all these video clippings together, man. That's just his lot, man. You may be, you know, coming in and how you say, being a helpmeet to the prophets, doing certain things. So, hey, man, you'll find your lot in the things that you should be doing. All right, but hey, you'll hear these things, man, and then you'll be moved with faith to do those works, man. All right, it's not just like, oh yeah, I hear and I believe, but then you don't have no works to show forth. All right, you know, and ultimately we're not gonna be saved by works, but by faith, man. All right, but then if you have, hey, you know, if you have faith, then you're gonna have works as well, man. It's just one and the same. What's going on, man? So if I told you, hey, man, look, the lotto numbers tonight is gonna be X, Y, and Z, and you say, oh, I believe you. Then tomorrow come around, hey, did you hit the lotto last night? Like, nah, I ain't even play. I thought you said you believed me on the lotto numbers last night. Yeah, I did. Well, why didn't you play to win? Like, now you see that you would have won. Like, yeah, you didn't really believe. That's why, you know. So going back, 2 Esdras 9:7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby you have believed shall be preserved from the said perils and shall see my salvation in my land within my borders, for I have sanctified them from the beginning, the predestined elect. All right. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. All right. Then they shall be in a pitiful case, which have abused his ways. All right, and cast them away despitefully. So look, let me read the next verse. It says, for such in their lives have received benefits and have not known me. So, and part of those benefits, man, all right, is the fact of the matter, you know, like I always say, man, you got these people in your life, right? You know, for the most part, all you jakes out here got somebody somewhere in your family or close by you that know this here truth, man. All right, whether it's a brother, a son, a husband, a baby daddy, a brother, I said a brother, you know, a cousin, a co-worker, a roommate, some Jake you see passing in the hallway or something else like that. You always see this damn, yeah, I know Jake from down the block. That's my neighbor or something like that. He always out there preaching. Jake always out here doing this and always out there doing that. I always see Jake coming to the damn store. Shalom, shalom, Mott. You know, so we all know Jakes, man. Not to say it like that, you know, I'm on the other side of the fence, but you know, all you people out here know a Jake that's into this here truth, man. Whether he a preacher or a teacher or not, but he can at least bring you, you might see him, he just might be being taught, you know, sitting there watching videos and everything else like that and just be on fire about, you know, just watching videos and stuff. And you know what he be doing, but why you always watching them damn videos like that? So you know somebody like, and he could put you on to certain things. He might have been, you know, newly into the faith and trying to tell you about the things. So everybody that came across, everybody know about these things, man. This is part of the benefits that you have, man. The benefit that you have is like the fact of the matter that, you know, you don't have to go far to go find these people, man. It's not like you got to go fly all the way across the world like to go see the Pope. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine that. You know, let's just use the Pope for an example. Y'all all got to, if you want to talk to the quote-unquote the Pope, you got one in your household, your family, your job, around the corner. You know somebody that knows somebody. Your sister might be dating one. You know what I'm saying? Or your sister might have a baby by one, and y'all see him all the time. Yo, I know Ricky. I know Ryan. I know, you know, Big Johnny or something like that. Yeah, that's my sister baby daddy. And he, she left him because he be preaching this here, the Bible all the time, and she don't like that. Man, go talk to that brother, man. Go see what's going on with what he got going on, man. You had the benefits to knowing these things. It's not like it's far-fetched. Like, I ain't never had the benefit to actually knowing nobody that knew about this here truth. I couldn't even ask nobody. And even if you don't, man, you got brothers all on the internet, man. And like I said, I just know somebody who just so happened to run into IUIC, you know, see them out there preaching and things like that, man. Hey, you know, granted they all and everybody's in, you know, men of the Lord are in like damn near every state, every city, the downtown areas and things like that, man. So you didn't be able to see them, and you know, you can come across them that way. But I mean, if not, hell, you can go on the internet, man, and start watching, man. All right, you know, but at the end all be all is the fact of the matter is you got the opportunity to you know, how do I say, get in touch with somebody that know the truth, man. To be able to get, you know, or at least listen to somebody that know the truth, man. It's not like, you know what, the truth is only coming out in this here building, and you have to be in this here certain state, this certain time. There's only a certain amount of seats. If you ain't got a ticket to get in, you ain't gonna hear about what's going on. Nah, man, hey, that's why we go to the highways and the byways and we speak openly, man. All right, you know, hey, hell, Esau just walked by, right? Esau had the opportunity, not to say he was gonna hear or understand it, but you know what I'm saying, if he could just simply just walk by, hey, anybody can just walk by, man. You can just watch on the videos, man. You know, that's part of the benefit of hearing the word of the Lord, man. You know, back in the olden days, you had to have the disciples had to pull up on you in your town, man. They had to come and pull up on you, man. I remember early off watching the videos of the truth, man. You know, I never knew that there was men of the Lord in my town, man. I'm watching brothers in other states the whole damn time, man. You see what I'm saying? But hey, you know, you had the benefit, man. You have the internet. Everybody, think about it. Everybody got a damn cell phone, man. Here in America, everybody got a cell phone. Everybody got YouTube. Everybody, you know, you can go get you a little Bluetooth headset. You know what I'm saying? You could be listening to this here truth while you at work, whatever you doing, man. All right, you know, you might be driving Uber or something like that, man. And put your headset in and be listening to the videos, man. You got a pen and paper, you can write down the scriptures and everything else like that. You can rewind the video, save it to a playlist, come back at a different time, man. Study, study, study. It's not like you in church and you sitting down and the pastor saying something and you trying to, hey, pastor, what you say? And nah, I got to keep going. I can't just keep stopping every time for everybody. Man, you can watch the videos and keep rewinding that bad boy, man. Find out what's really being said. So you have all these benefits. You have all these things, all these tools to be able to utilize to understand the truth, man. You have the internet where you can look up certain things. Man, they over here talking about this happened and that happened. Let me Google search that. Let me go and look this here up. Let me see if this is actually true. Let me go and look in the scriptures and see if that's true, man. You got apps, all kind of things, man. So really, there's no excuse for these things. Even like some of the books that you see the brothers going into and everything else like that. Hey, you can literally go on Google and type in, you know, from Babylon to Timbuktu page, so on and so forth, man. And go look up the things they over there are referencing, man. All right, nature has no color lines. You know, let me go and reference that real quick. Let me go and see if this is what they really talking about. Let me see if they said this is that was going on. Let me see if this is really true. Let me go and look these things up because they said this was going on in this point. Let me look it up. Let me see. All right, you have a device inside of your pocket everywhere you go, man. How many of you Americans leave home without your damn phone, man? So that's how close you are to this here truth every single day, man. You have that their opportunity, but hey, like I said, a lot of you got these the men of the Lord, all the answers, you know, where you can sit there and pick their mind day in and day out, right at home, man. One of your brother, your cousin, your husband, your son, your co-worker, you know, y'all could be at work, man, breaking bread all damn day, man. You know, y'all inside the break room, maybe y'all on the line, y'all doing whatever, y'all ride around. Let's say you got a job where you have to ride around together and everything, and y'all could be listening to the videos all damn day long, man. But yet and still, you know, you got Jake that is going to go right over their head, man. You got this situation that's going on right about now where everybody talking about it right about now, man. Everybody talking about it right about now. You know, if I keep saying these names out loud enough while people are just walking by, they'll be like, oh, that's what they talking about. I know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Esau might be walking by not knowing what the hell we talking about on a normal day basis. You know, they may hear us say God. You know what I'm saying? They may hear us talk about, you know, being saved and certain things. Like, there's certain buzzwords that you can say, you know, that they would know. Oh, they talking about something in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, and salvation and faith. Oh, they talking about, they you know, somebody, like I said, somebody walking by not knowing what we doing. But here it's talking about, you know, faith, salvation, and things like that. Oh, okay, they talking about the Bible, right? Hey, we over here talking about Kanye and Kyrie. Oh, shit, they talking about that stuff with the Israelites and the Jewish people and so on and so. They know what the hell going on. So now you have how do I say, a way in, you know, a so-called, you know, like I said, I was telling somebody about this as well, too. You know, like, hey, man, this ain't for everybody, man. Don't cast your pearls before swine, as the scriptures say, man. You have to, you know, the Lord said he was going to send forth fishers, and they shall fish them, right? You got to use bait, man. You can't go down in the water with a sign, you know, or a box in the sign, say, hey, I'm catching fish to eat y'all. Fish swim up in the box. They're not going to do that, man. You got to use bait. So in a time like this, man, hey, you know, you want to check the waters or check the temperature of the water with people and everything else like that. Hey, man, you know, a good way to test the waters with them is, hey, man, y'all heard about the new the Kanye and the Kyrie situation? Yeah, I heard about that. And then you can test with them, man. Yeah, I think that these niggas is crazy. They just need to play basketball, do this and that. But you know what they was arguing about? Nah, I don't know what they arguing about, but I know it was some stupid shit. And keep it moving, man. All right, well, they ain't into this. Well, they was talking about some anti-this and that. I don't know what that mean. Then you start going into it, man. Oh, they was talking about this here movie, but I don't know what the movie was about. Oh, shit, I got the movie on bootleg for you right now. I got you. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Put them on game. But see, you know, like I said, now is a prime time to wake up our people, to give them that milk. All right, you know, there's other things that, you know, people ain't gonna just quite jump on at the point in time. You know, it's a little too deep for them. Hey, the UFO site, you know, the Pentagon releasing, oh, we told you about this, it's in the Bible. That might be too much for them to swallow at one point in time, man. But just the introductory of who the Israelites, man. Hey, man, well, what this got to do with that? What's this got to go with that? So now they start to wake up to these things, and hey, look, now they how do I say? Now they, you know, starting to seek the Lord. All right, but hey, you know, again, you have now the liberty, all right, to seek the Lord, to find salvation, man. But again, like I said, we're gonna finish it off. But a lot of our people, you know, matter of fact, let me finish that first before I make that statement. 2nd Ezra 9 and 7 again, or verse 9 actually. It says, well, let me go back to 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders. For I have sanctified them for me for the beginning. Then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, and shall dwell in torment. So, hey, they cast them away despitefully. Man, I don't want to hear about that, man. I'm tired of hearing about this here situation. I'm tired of hearing about that. And they want to close their ears, man. The scriptures say, prophesying to us smooth things, prophesying to us deceits. You know, this is what a lot of our people want to hear about. They don't want to hear about these things, man. You know, speaking to some folks, man, hey, they cast them away despitefully. I know that one of my relatives was trying to talk to one of our other relatives about these things, and they was talking about some, oh, yeah, you go with that Old Testament stuff, all going into the laws and this and that. I'm like, man, see, they bugged out, man, casting them away despitefully. But you ask them, like, do y'all, you know, according to them, do they keep the Sabbath? Like, yeah, we keep the Sabbath. Every Saturday we keep the Sabbath. All right, do y'all pay tithes in church? Yeah, we pay tithes in church. Like, well, why do y'all pay tithes in church? Why do y'all keep the Sabbath? Where'd you find out about the Sabbath at, man? Where'd you find out about paying tithes at? In the Old Testament, dummy. Where you think we found it? Well, I thought you don't read the Old Testament. I thought you didn't follow the law, statutes, and commandments no more, because that's just all old and done away with. Then you just see these demons bug the hell out, man. All right, but see, they cast them away despitefully, man. They don't want to be under the law. You know, I say, look, man, what kind of person wouldn't want to be under the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, man? An out of order ass nigga, man. Somebody that don't want to, how you say, you know, they want to be like lawless, man. They want to be in chaos. They don't want to be in order and with discipline, man. These are the type of people that bear that type of fruit, man. They want to continue on like, you know, they love reading this. But let me read that for you real quick. They love reading this, John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. They love that part, right? But let's read the next verse. It says, For God sent not his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. And he that believeth him not is condemned, and he that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already, because he hath not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of the Most High. Right? Verse 19. All right, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So, hey, you said that you believe in the Lord, but then you condemn because you don't believe in the truth, man. The truth is coming to the world, but you love darkness rather than light. You love falling after these lies more than you like the actual truth. All right? You don't want to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, because why? Let's read the next verse, verse 20. Everyone that doth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. All right? Well, let me go back to 19. It says, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So their deeds that they're doing is evil, and they don't want to come to the light, at least their deeds would be reproved, for them to be, hey, I caught you doing this and that, right? We didn't figure this thing out, man. All right, we can put you into the spotlight, man. This is why they don't want to have to live after the law, statutes, and commandments, because, hey, they're going to be condemned in every move that they make, man. All right, oh, man, we got to go back to the law, statutes, and commandments. We can't be eating this pork. We can't be eating this swine. The law say that. Oh, I can't be just sleeping around. I'm supposed to only have one husband. I can't go and do this. I can't go and do that. Oh, hell no. But I thought you loved the Lord, man. See, you only love the Lord in lip service, but not in truth and sincerity, man. All right, in action and in deed. All right, so look, this is what's wrong with our people, man. They loathe the law, man. They loathe following after what the Lord said, man. What type of person would want to be like that, man? Only a demon, only a reprobate will want to live by their own laws, create their own God, man. Oh, I'm going to do it the way I want to go and do it and everything else like that. But see, you can't wake up no nigga like this, man. And you see them and you act like you, it's like having an obese person say, look, I can eat whatever I want to eat and exercise however I want to exercise. And you looking at them like, look, nigga, you in this health predicament because of your life choices, man. Oh, no, what kind of God would want me to eat whatever I want to eat? Well, I mean, you can eat whatever you want to eat, but then the results, you can't be mad at the results that you got going on, man. You all obese and overweight, looking like Honey Boo Boo and they mama and them, you know what I'm saying, trying to figure out what's going on, man. It ain't the world's fault that you like this. No, man, you weren't created like this. You chose to be this way, man. You chose not to live after the law, statutes, commandments, you know, let's just say the health law, statutes, commandments. And you just started eating up everything without no discipline, man. So now this is what you wind up getting, being out of order, man. All right, chaos, man. Your body's in a state of chaos, man. And you're trying to figure out all these things. Now, in order for you to get back right, you're going to have to do a lot of trimming. You know, pun intended. You're going to have to do a lot of trimming, man. You over here just eating. Oh, I want to go to Taco Bell, get a 30-piece tacos. You know, go to McDonald's, get a 15 double cheeseburgers. I want to get a 100-piece McNuggets. And I want to go get 6 McFlurries. Bro, you can't be eating like that, bro. And wondering why you are as big as you are, man. You know, but this is My God would want me to be happy and eat and do whatever I want to go and do. Well, look at the you can't be mad at the outcome that you got right now, man. All right, but see, again, what type of person, like, look, you got to have discipline. You see some of these little models and stuff like that, these people that be in shape, be going to the gym and everything else and wondering how they got their body. Hey, they got a discipline, man. They don't just eat and do whatever they want to go and do, and they got to go and exercise, man. They keep their bodies a little slim and tight and everything else like that, man. Oh, what kind of person would do all this? And, hey, man, if you want that result, you got to have this, man. All right, but yet and still, hey, these people that want to live lawless and lewd and everything else like that, they don't realize that their whole life is in shambles and in corruption, man. And everything around them is dead. It doesn't prosper, man. They're in the same damn boat that they've been in from day one, man. But yet and still, there's no wisdom inside of them, man. But, hey, let's continue and find out about these people, man. Going back to 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. It says, for such in their life have received benefits and have not known me. All right, and hey, you had these benefits, like I said, to know and understand about this here truth, man. You had all these signs, all these people to be able to tell you about these things, man. And how much more now where, the Lord is throwing it back up into your face, man. This is something you should be looking into. This is something big. This is something that's going on. I tell people, hey, man, Kanye, for instance, been doing this little Sunday service talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, been having his little church sermon and everything. Guess what they did with that? They pushed and they promoted that, man. Kanye's church service, Sunday service, they put it on the TV and they put it on this and they put it on that, advertise all these things. But look, all he did was say that they was the Israelites. Now all of a sudden we got to take him up out of the place of position, man. We can't talk about that, but because, we talk about that the Sunday service, again, Esau love you in that there space when you are bowing down to white Jesus and everything else like that, man. So these should be things to wake you up to, like, wait a minute, what's so important about this that they trying to keep this from us, man? What's so important they over here trying to take money away from these people and stop them from playing basketball? It's not like he went and killed somebody and did this and did that to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all he did was posted a link to a movie. What is this movie really about? That should make you want to go and watch the damn movie, man. What's so important about, what did they show you how to build a bomb inside the movie or something like that? Did they show you how to murder somebody in the damn movie or something like that? What's so bad about watching this here movie? You watch the movie or something like that and it come into this a bunch of a documentary about some certain things. You go into some scriptures and you go into some come on now. You go into some scriptures and you go into some historic facts and everything else like that, man. And then you find out, like, well, what was so bad about that? They're going into the truth about who is who and how to find out these things about these people, man. But yet and still, hey, again, the danger is in the fact of the information. All right, you should know the truth, and the truth should make you free. All right, you starting to wake up to these things, man. Again, man, you got somebody living the so-called American dream, or again, the Wizard of Oz or something like that, or playing 3-card Monte. When you realize these people out here, all these people you think that this is watching the game being played, they all working together, man. Once you realize the secret of that you're not gonna really win that, you realize, hey, don't play that game at all, bro. It's all a scam. It's all a setup, man. All right, but you have people that go into these tricks and these traps day in and day out. We gotta remember where we at. We in the land of Babylon the Great, man. The land of great confusion, man. All this here stuff is set up to confuse you and to lead you astray and everything else like that, man. All these things are set forth to how do I say, to devour you. This place is not our rest. All right, this place is polluted. It shall devour you. All right, so hey, man, you don't want to get so-called lost in the sauce out here. You don't want to get lost out here into these pitfalls and things like that, man. You don't want to fall into the damnation of getting led astray out here, man. All right, because these are the things that set forth to lead our people astray and everything else like that, man. All right, let's finish this off because I ain't got too much more battery. But anyway, 2nd Ezra 9 and 9. Then shall they be in a pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they have cast them away despitefully, shall dwell in torments. For such in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law, while they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when the place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. So it says, and they that have loathed my law while they yet had liberty, and when yet the place of repentance was open unto them, understood it not. They loathed in the law, man. We all, you come to the truth, you know about this, man. You want to tell your relatives, your friends, and everybody about this. Hey, man, look, listen to this. Watch this. Look at this here video. Let me explain this to Hey, bro, I don't want to hear about that, man. Stop preaching it to me, man. I don't want to hear. Here he come again with all that preaching, bro. We don't want to hear none of this here stuff, man. So, hey, that place of repentance was open unto them, man. They don't want to hear these things, man. Now you got this here hot topic that's going on in the news and everything else like that, man. You got a lot of people, look, you're going to have a lot of Jake that's going to be watching the NBA. Here we go. It's Kyrie shit again, bro. I'm tired of hearing about this shit, man. I'm tired of hearing about this, so on and so forth. Fuck it, I'm going to turn the game off so I ain't got to keep hearing about this no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but the Lord is trying to, is ultimately, hey, the Lord is, you know, doing the last call. Hey, we see measure the time diligently. You know, the rest of this, in fact, that's the same chapter. Well, we'll reread that. You know, we'll probably close out there. But hey, last call. You know, measure the time diligently. Hey, this is what's going on, man. You're not gonna have that much more time left over to seek the Lord. The scripture says, "Seek the Lord while He may be found." All right, but yet you have our people that's gonna just despise these things, man. The place of repentance was open unto them; they understood it not, but despised it, man. They loathed the law. They want to sit here and just, oh man, I don't want to hear those things, man. I'm tired of hearing about this Kanye and Kyrie situation. I'm tired of hearing about these Israelites. I'm tired of hearing about this. I'm tired of hearing about that. Everybody I'm around keep talking about these goddamn Israelites. Hey, man, that should be your sign, man. Maybe I should to hearken to what they're saying and everything else like that, man. You know, you got these people that's funny. I've been hearing some of these folks talk about some of this hip-hop stuff. Like DJ Academics was talking about that. First it was Kanye, then it was Kyrie. He was like, I don't know about this. I'm tired of hearing about this here shit. Can we just get back to some hip-hop type shit? Then the boy got killed. Takeoff got killed. He was all happy about that, man. So you happy about one of our people getting killed and murdered down in the street and everything else like that? But then when it's come to talking of raising our people up and telling our people who they are, you tired of hearing about that? It's a prime example of why these people must learn the same must learn after death by pain. All right? You have to understand that these people, they hate the law, man. They hate the Lord, man. They want to just, because, hey, look, their deeds are evil. They don't want to come to the light. They want to keep getting, because, like, think about somebody like DJ Academics who make money off of the pain and suffering of our people, man. Started out with the war in Chirac and all these different things like that. You know, his streams was going a little dull talking about Kyrie and Kanye. To now he talking about Takeoff getting killed. Now we're going to get some investigative journalists to talk about this and talk about this niggery, this fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Some, I forgot he used another term and everything else like that. But, hey, he would rather see these things than actually see how people wake up, man. You got a big platform to a lot of Jakes and everything. Hey, if you was to go in and investigate and break down what Kanye and Kyrie was speaking about, like you do, is breaking down who was in the room with this guy and who shot this guy and who this guy came here with and all so on. Let's go to their Instagram page and go find this here out and this and that and find out who these people are. Man, if you was doing that like you know, seeking the scriptures like you was seeking all that, man, hey, a lot of our people would be woken up. But what do? You lead our people astray, man. You don't want our people to wake up, man. Because why? You getting paid by these same people, man. Same with the little the Charlemagne's and everything else like that. They got video of you saying the exact same thing that Kanye's saying. Look, I don't even want to talk about these people. They run everything. They gonna shut me down and everything else like that. I need my job. So, hey, man, you know what's going on, but guess what? You loathe the laws of the Lord, man. That's why you're going to have to, the same must know it after death by pain, man. All right? Because you know what's going on. You know what's popping, but yet you refuse to seek the Lord. You refuse to let go, you know, the hand of your oppressors. You refuse to let go that so-called bag, that mammon, man. You refuse to let go the ways of this here world and actually seek the Lord, man. And how much more of our people will really probably start respecting you and following you if you actually like, you know what, I changed my whole life around, bro. I ain't doing this shit no more. You know, you had like the likes of what's your boy name was Waka Flocka. You know, started this I forgot what the type of rap they called it, but it was like almost like rock/rap, where they all in mosh pitting and fighting and everything else like that, and all this type of shit was going on back in the day. Hey, he stopped rapping, man. And now, you know, because he came across the truth, came across the Israelites, they got it on video and everything else like that, changed up his whole life. And I seen a video clip the other day. I didn't even watch the video, but I seen the thumbnail of it. Him, like, planting some shit in the ground, you know, farming, doing some shit, you know what I'm saying? But whatever it wasn't selling no drugs. It wasn't doing no crazy shit like that. But I'm like, look, hey, man, guess what? People, he's still so-called relevant. People still watching that. Oh, look, so-and-so doing this and that and so on and so forth, man. All right, so, hey, you know, a lot of our people would still look up to you folks because they've already been grown up with you and everything else like that. But when you change your life for all these different things, but look, a lot of our people don't want to get that separation from them and the people that's giving them their bag, man. You got these little small asses writing off these checks and giving you this here bag, and hey, man, you rather be loved by the so-called world, man. All right, the scripture say you was gonna be hated by this here world, man. All right, hey, if they hated the Lord, how much more they gonna hate you? All right, you're gonna be hated by of all men for my name's sake, man. But yet and still, you know, our people aren't privy to those things. All right, now going back to what I was making a statement about with, the Lord, loathing the law. All right, the Lord is showing, casting forth that, that so-called last call. All right, you see these things coming past, man. All right, let me read this in 2nd Ezra 9. I'm going back up to the top. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I told thee before. All right, we got, again, going back to that breath, you got to know about these prophecies, man. Ezekiel 37 taking place, man. The famine of the word is coming into play right about now, man. The thermonuclear missiles is coming into play right now, man. All right, the mark of the beast is coming into play right about now, man. All these different prophecies are coming into play right about now. So if you had that breath that was inside of you, man, that spirit of the Lord, hey, the spirit of the Lord is the spirit of prophecy, man. If you had that spirit that was actually upon you right about now, you would be able to measure the time diligently. You'd be able to see all these different things. Like, look, man, hey, man, we about to be about this bad boy anytime soon, man. Hey, ain't no telling what, because, what are we in, November now? All right, next month is the last month of the year. So we don't know what the hell 2023 going to be looking like, man. Because you already got wars and rumors of wars. World War III is right there on the cusp of everything, man. So, hey, shit, next year you can have all-out World War III. You're going to cut, major internet ties as far as entertainment and all that stuff, because people have been in the spirit of lamentations, mourning, and woe. All right, and so in the midst of all that, you got the famine of the word that comes into play. All right, you're going to have the MOTB system being put up in play, man. All right, so look, man, how we know what, this might be your last little hurrah. Your last little, you can seek the Lord while he may be found. We don't know if, hey, man, you only got, this month and next month to be hearing about the truth, man, especially as hard as they going right now, making an example of these people, man. We don't know if this is going to be the last couple months that we're going to be out here in the highways and the byways reading these prophecies unto you, man. All right? Matter of fact, even though I'm about to close out here, my last little incense, I got to get more incense, and I got to get another lighter. But, keep forgetting about this anyway, but Lord's will I remember to grab a new one. All right, but hey, going into this here so-called time that we're coming into, man. You have the writing on the wall, the story of the writing on the wall, man. Hey, we're at a time now where everything is being made manifest, man. All right, we about to read into that. Let's finish that off real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:1, he says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, and you have all these different uproars, real quick. If we do get cut off, I know I got a low battery, about to die. We're going like 5%. But, hey, Lord's will, the elect was edified with this here lesson, all right? But continuing on, just in case, like I said, I only got 5% or had 5%. But it says, Therefore, when there should be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Now, granted, you just had a lot of uproars of the people in the world, over these energy hikes, all right, economic collapses. All right, you got, France and them screaming, get up out of NATO and everything else like that, man. You have all these different things that's going on at this point in time where people are so-called uproaring in the world about these things, man. And how do we know that with this here Kyrie and Kanye thing, and if it spread to more celebrities and them losing their endorsements, you don't have Jake start marching out here in the streets, man. All right, and hey, and one of the things that they like to do around these types of major protests and uproars, you got it also going over down in Iran. It must be a Ferrari day or some shit, but anyway. But again, going into these uproars of the people, man. Hey, you might just start having Jake out here, that'll be the spirit of the Lord, protesting all these Jakes getting canceled from all these things, man. But hey, these are all signs, a biblical proportion, signs of things that's coming to pass, man. Signs of these things, man. You got extreme weather patterns. They're talking about the coldest winter that we've this year. All right, major hurricane. Hey man, they got videos. I found this channel where this guy's riding around Florida, just videotaping as he's riding around, and looking down south in what is it, Naples, and further down south, right? Last week, riding around, you still see all the debris all over the place, man. Things are still out of whack, man. All right, look like a goddamn war zone out there, man. You have all these different things that's going on. It's like, I don't want the camera to fall. We'll go grab that in a second. Give me 1 second, grab this. Anyway, you got all this here things happening, in the weather-wise, earthquakes, storms, droughts, you got rivers drying up and everything else like that, man. You have all these different things that's taking place around the globe that should be showing you as far as these signs, man. All right, showing you as far as the signs that the scriptures tell us about, man. All these, are the beginning of sorrows. All right, all these things are taking place, the wars, the rumors of wars, man. America and their allies are getting their divorces and things like that, man. Saudi Arabia, in America, all right, the whore starting to hate, or the beast starting to hate the whore. All these things should be telling us of these signs that we should be, measuring the times diligently by. Jake, mass awakening to Jake waking up right about now, man. All right, the truth is flourishing right about now, man. All right, but then, hey, Esau about to start coming down with great wrath. So, hey, we know that if Esau's having this great wrath coming down on these celebrities for just talking about that they Israelites, how much more when Esau come down on the men of the Lord that know that they Israelites, man? That you've been watching the videos, because there was that one of them Purge movies. You got to go back and watch the Purge series, right? You had in one of the Purges, there was, I believe it was the one with the Issacharite girl or whatever, where it was like they didn't plot it to the ones who was watching these certain quote-unquote radical videos or whatever from these people. It was just like the prophets, man. They've been watching these videos of these men preaching, and they had to mark these people's houses so that when the purge started, they was going to go from door to door to these people's homes and stuff and do things to them. All right, hey, this is the things that's, being a foreshadow for the times that's coming to pass, man. Esau coming down having great wrath because he knows he has but a short time. And guess what? Just like in Rome, he's going to look at us as the so-called threat to these things, man. He's going to look at us as the so-called reason that all these things are happening unto us, man. He's going to look at us for all these different things. Oh, matter of fact, let me try to grab this before we get cut off. We're going to get to that. But, hey, he's going to look at us as the reason all these things is so-called taking him up out of his position of power, man. But let me finish this off so I can get to this other precept. 2 Ezra 9 and verse 3 says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and the end, and the end is manifest." All right, so let me read verse 6. "Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." So, hey, going into the times that we're coming into, man, you have all these great signs and wonders that's going forth, man. Hey, our people waking up, our people calling on the name of the Lord. All right, our people seeking out the Lord in massive numbers, man. All right, the persecution, we starting to see these things happen unto our people, man. All right, we seeing all these different things that's going on, but and we also see Esau trying to clamp down onto these things, clamp down on us seeing these things, man, trying to prolong his kingdom. All right, we see what the CBDCs coming into play. We see all these different things as far as Esau trying to go double down on his new world order, man. We see all these things. So what? If you can't measure the time, if you can't see these things at this point in time, man, this obviously it's not for you, man. All right, but Esau would love us to be in this here dead state, man. Like I was saying earlier, we're gonna close out with this, but like I was saying earlier, he wants us to be in this here dead state so that what? He can continue to rule, man. He can continue to reign, man. All right, and I'm gonna read this real quick. It says, 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verse well, let me start up and I'm gonna jump down. This is hopefully we can get through. I'll read through it fast. 1 Maccabees chapter 1. Let me start at verse 10. It says, "And there came out there came out of so let me go up. Let me go to 7. All right. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule every one in his place. After his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome and had reigned. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with that, but it says, and there came out. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome and reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. And in those days there went out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, for since we departed from them we have much sorrow. And so you have to understand that the fact of the matter is, like, you know, living in how do I say, in tandem with these people. Like, think about it now, man. Kyrie and Kanye, man, they was living good beforehand when they was all, you know, bowed down into this system and everything else like that. But then now, after they so-called broke loose from those things, man, now everything is getting bad for them, losing endorsement deals, losing all kind of different things that's going on. So now it's like, let us go back and serve with them so that we can keep reaping the benefits. It says, so this device pleased them well, then certain of the people who were forward therein, that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathens. Whereupon they built the places of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathens, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and sold to do mischief. All right, now let me just jump down to verse 41. All right, because this is a point, you know, I was making it how Esau liked us in a certain state. All right. So now, as we were just reading, hey, they wound up doing wickedness and followed after the heathen, man. You know how you would say in modern day time, you done sold out. All right, oh, you sold out to go get this here bag and everything else like that. So you sold out to become rich. You had to take the bag, you done got the money and everything else like that, but you had to sell out, man. All right. Going back, it says, verse 41, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and that everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. So, hey, even, you know, you had a lot of our people that want to following after these things and doing the things of the heathen and everything else like that, man. Based off of the fact that they, you know, not because of, and it wasn't going into the fact that, how you say, Antiochus had the so-called right religion, the right thing to do and everything else like that. It was more or less off the fact of the matter that, you know, he wanted them to go into